Welcome back to a very chilly M&T Bank Stadium as we get you ready for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. And Mike Mayock, aside from just surviving 60 minutes of hand-to-hand combat, which is what these games are, taking a look at the keys for this game, what are you seeing for the Steelers?
Well, you know, when you look at their offense, they're not really dynamic. And their most dynamic offensive player, George Pickens, the wideout, is not available today due to injury. So typically the response would be, well, you got to run the football. And really, against Baltimore, that's a tough assignment. Baltimore is the number one run defense in the entire National Football League. It's tough sledding in there. So I think Pittsburgh's still got to throw the football. But how do you get to it? Calvin Austin last week had 5 targets, 5 catches. Is this the week we see Mike Williams? I mean, they made a trade for a reason to get a big body wideout. And if I were them, I'd be trying to get Mike Williams isolated on Brandon Stevens, who's one of the most penalized defensive backs in the NFL. So for Pittsburgh, I think it's all about you still have to find a way to throw the football to win.
Now, you've got a Baltimore Ravens team that this whole situation involving the Steelers has to be in their heads at least a little bit. Is it in the head of Lamar Jackson coming into this game? And how do the Ravens play like the Ravens?
Yeah, and I think it starts, I think the whole thing is taking care of the football and minimizing penalties. If you go back to Week 11, when Baltimore lost 18-16, they turned the ball over 3 times and had 12 penalties. They also missed 2 field goals, by the way, but that's a completely different topic. The turnover thing all begins and ends with Lamar, especially in this matchup. He's 1-4 as a starter lifetime against Pittsburgh, 66-20 against the rest of the league. Okay, but think about it. In 5 games, he's got 11 giveaways and only 5 total touchdowns. That's not Lamar Jackson. That's not the MVP. So the guy you want today, he needs to do what his mom told him a few weeks ago, and that's be more aggressive with the football. So I think they're going to have more planned quarterback runs, and I think you're going to see the real Lamar Jackson today.
This may not be the team that he wants to face, but this is certainly his time of year. Lamar Jackson, 12-0 in his career as a starter in Week 15 or later. It is Week 16. The opening kickoff between the Ravens and Steelers coming up. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Make your holidays bigger and brighter with Prize Picks, the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is so simple to use. Just pick 2 or more players across any sport and then pick more or pick less with their projection. You can win up to 1,000 times your money. Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app, is available to play in more than 40 plus states, including California and Texas. You want to join right now? Because this holiday season, Prize Picks is giving away 2 free picks in December, and they're giving away $30+ million in rewards during Pixmas. Download the Prize Picks app right now. Use the code PRIMETIME. Get $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That's code PRIMETIME on Prize Picks to get that $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You know by now, you don't need to win. You just get the $50. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Welcome back to the NFL on Westwood One. It's time for another memorable moment in football history. Sponsored by Kohl's.
This is it. If the Ravens convert, they win. If they fail, the Steelers win. It all comes down to execution here. Jackson will set of the gun. Devontae Freeman off to his right. Jackson takes a snap, fakes the handoff, lobs it, juggled and dropped by Mark Andrews, who was wide open at the 1. And Lamar Jackson left it too wide for Andrews to pull it in.
Jerry Sandusky on the call with the Ravens Radio Network on WBAL in Week 13 of the 2021 season. Trailing by 7 to the Steelers, Lamar Jackson led the Ravens on a late fourth-quarter drive, finding Sammy Watkins for a 6-yard touchdown pass with just 12 seconds left. That made the score 20-19, but instead of sending out Justin Tucker for a game-tying extra point, John Harbaugh went for 2, a gamble that did not pay off. Unfortunately for the Ravens, Jackson suffered an injury the next week against Cleveland, and after starting the season 8-3, Baltimore collapsed down the stretch, dropping its final 6 games, including another loss because of a failed 2-point try against the Packers 2 weeks later. They finished 8-9, missing the playoffs for the first time since 2017. Steelers, on the other hand, snagged a wild card spot before bowing out to the Chiefs in the first round of the playoffs. That is today's memorable moment in football history, sponsored by Kohl's. When the holidays get real, start at Kohl's and Kohl's.com, where you'll find everything you need all in one place. Kohl's, where families come first. Now, interestingly enough, last time these teams faced one another, it was a two-point conversion that was not converted by Baltimore. And a two-point win. That came with just over a minute left to go in the game. Steelers won the toss. They have elected to defer. Chris Boswell's got it teed up at the 35-yard line. Justice Hill is back deep along with Rasheen Ali for the Ravens, who are wearing their all-purple combination in this game. Purple jerseys and pants with white and gold trim and the black helmets. The Steelers in the white jerseys, gold pants, black helmets with the logo on the right side. And a booming kick goes through the back of the end zone. No return. Baltimore will come out for their first offensive shot here to begin the ball game. Ravens are coming off a beatdown of the New York Giants, 35-14 last week in the Meadowlands, and their quarterback was fantastic. Lamar Jackson, 21 out of 25 for 290 yards and 5 touchdown passes in the game. He brings them out of the huddle with Derrick Henry in the backfield alongside him, sidecar right. 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Jackson sends a man in motion, takes the shotgun snap, hands to Henry, turning it straight up the field across the 35-yard line. Patrick Queen takes him down, but that's going to be a pickup of 6 yards on first down.
A lot of statistics out there about Derrick Henry and how effective he is in December, and he's averaged 5.1 yards a carry over his career in December, but he's been dominant this entire season. I mean, he's one of the 2 or 3 running backs in the NFL that has kind of changed the attitude amongst head coaches and GMs about the value at that position.
Second down and 4. Turn, hand to Henry, and on the left side he's got first down and a lot more. 45-yard line, and he gets chopped down across the 45 by DeMonte Casey on the left side by the numbers. If not, Derrick Henry would have had an awful lot more, but he's got the ball in midfield for a first down.
2 plays, 2 runs. That time they're at underneath center, I formation. Counter play with the puller from the backside was Fa'alale, the right guard, kicks out. And when you let Derrick Henry get those shoulders square and come downhill, it is a frightening sight.
Justice Hill in the backfield now after that 14-yard gain on play action. Jackson throws to the far side, and that's going to be complete to Flowers. He's got blockers in front of him, and he works his way outside the numbers down to about the 46-yard line, making the 47 before Patrick Queen makes the tackle for Pittsburgh.
And Baltimore a little late at the wideout position. Nelson Aguilar is out of the game with a concussion. They cut Deontay Johnson, who they traded with Carolina earlier this season, refusing to play in a game against the Eagles about a month ago, and that sealed his fate with Coach Harbaugh. So Zay Flowers needs to have a big day.
Flowers off to the left side. On the near side, it's Bateman on second down, working out of the shotgun. Jackson sends his man in motion. That's Likely. Takes the snap, looking down left side, throws across the middle. It's Likely. No, it's Flowers, complete inside the 35 and down to the 34-yard line. Good timing on the play. Inside the quarterback, Joey Porter, for another Baltimore first down.
Yeah, about a 14-yard dig route by Flowers, working on Joey Porter in press man coverage, and he beats him back to the inside. Dig route means deep in route. Does a nice job crossing the face, giving himself a big target, and Lamar Jackson put it right on the number.
Henry checks back in now with first down and 10 as Baltimore is on the move here on their opening drive of the game. The handoff to Henry, left side, this time nothing. A lot of penetration into the backfield and nowhere for Derrick Henry to go as Mark Robinson makes the tackle for no gain.
Mark Robinson, a backup inside linebacker, looked like he was shot out of a cannon.
He's going to come off now as Pittsburgh makes defensive substitutions. For the Ravens, it's Ronnie Stanley, Patrick McCary, Tyler Linderbaum, Daniel Fa'alele, and Roger Rosengarten left to right across the offensive line. With Henry in the backfield now on second down and a little bit more than 10 yards. Lamar Jackson takes the shotgun snap, looking right all the way. Rush is coming, and he's hit as he throws. Did he throw it or did he fumble it? The ball came out. just past the hash mark at about the 43-yard line. Alex Highsmith, the one who knocked it away. Now, is that an incomplete pass or is it a fumble?
I think they ruled fumble with Ronnie Stanley recovering.
Stanley did now taking a look at the replay. That hand came forward empty, and it actually bounced right into Stanley's lap. Very fortunate for Baltimore, but a big loss on the play. Going to set up 3rd down and long.
Yeah, the right guard, Falalale, lost badly to Benton. Benton, the nose tackle, pressure right up the middle and stripped the ball out of Lamar's hands.
3rd down and 19 yards to go. Jackson takes the snap, chased out of the pocket, rolling to the right side, firing downfield, incomplete. He got the ball in the hands of his receiver, Justice Hill, along the sideline, but he couldn't haul it in. And in reality, he was still going to be well short of the first down.
You know, back-to-back plays, it's the same guy, their nose tackle, who's not a big pass rusher, Keanu Benton. Benton wins again inside, and Scott, whenever somebody wins over the center guard, somewhere in that thing, you can disrupt the pass so much quicker, and 2 plays in a row, it was Benton making the play for Pittsburgh.
Jordan Stout punting it away. An end-over-end punt. Calvin Austin does a great job of deking, but a better job downfield of keeping it in play. As the ball rolled toward the end zone, it's knocked back into the field of play by Tylan Wallace on special teams, and that ball is down at the 3-yard line. Wallace selling out, tipping the ball back as it was about to cross into the end zone, and a great punt pins Pittsburgh back for their first try at it offensively. Our score, Baltimore 0, Pittsburgh 0, with 10:51 to go in the first. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Tiger is back! Tiger Woods is returning to the golf course with his son Charlie in the PNC Championship.
The Eagle has landed! A big fist pump for the big Tiger!
Hear all the coverage right now on PGA Tour Radio.
His golf swing, in my opinion, is as good as it's ever been. I've never seen it cleaner. I've never seen it easier on his body, ever.
Your home for golf is PGA Tour Radio. Channel 92 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
Dashing through the field on Channel 88. Catch the Sunday Drive. Playoffs on the way.
This is Steve Torrey. Happy holidays. As you wrap the presents, make sure you join Bill Leckus and me for the Sunday Drive at noon Eastern for live listen-ins, guests, fantasy analysis, and playoff scenarios around the National Football League.
Touchdown!
It's the Sunday Drive on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the Sirius XM app.
Every NFL game is on Sirius XM. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, the Philadelphia Eagles battle the Washington Commanders. Hear the Eagles broadcast on Sirius 161 XM 384 or the Commanders on Sirius 82 XM 229. Also at 1 p.m. Eastern, the Giants take on the Falcons. Catch the Giants on Sirius 137 XM 380 or the Falcons on Sirius 85 XM 225 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
Hey everybody, it's Conan O'Brien, and guess what? I've got my own channel, Conan O'Brien Radio, here on Sirius XM. Tune in to channel 104 for exclusive interviews with your favorite celebrities, hilarious moments from all my TV shows, showcasing some of the most absurd and hilarious moments from my decades on television, and episodes from Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend podcast and Andy Richter's weekly call-in show. Don't miss out. Conan O'Brien Radio, channel 104, or anytime on the Sirius XM app.
To plant floors, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Scoreless game here just over 4 minutes in, and the first offensive possession for the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to start at their own 3-yard line. This is a team that has been offensively challenged, or more accurately, offensively absent last time they were playing. That was in Philadelphia when the Eagles bled away the last 10.5 minutes of that game with a 2-score lead. Today, Russell Wilson playing down receivers. He'll start his first possession with a 3 tight end set. Najee Harris in the backfield. Behind him, standing in the middle of the Ravens logo in the end zone. He'll take the handoff, angling to the right side, and bowls his way out across the 5 to the 7-yard line before Roquan Smith brings him down after a pickup of 4 yards.
Good cutback. And on your own 3-yard line, the first thing Russell Wilson's trying to do is get them to jump off sides. Hard count, didn't work. They had 3 tight ends in the game. Why? Run block, push the pile a little bit, get out from the shadow of your own end zone.
Ravens are the best in the NFL at stopping the run. The pass defense, not so much. 3 receivers now on second down and 6 yards to go. Wilson working from under center with Harris behind him. Najee's toes right on the goal line. He'll take the handoff, run straight ahead out across the 10, and forward progress gets him out to the 11-yard line. Couple of yards shy of the first down with third down coming up.
Scott, you mentioned Baltimore's stout run defense. I mean, they give up 81 yards a game, which is number 1 in the league. They only allow 3.5 yards per rush, and I can tell you from personally scouting some of their players, their starting nose tackle, Travis Jones out of UConn, 6'5", 340. He splits time with Michael Pierce, who's 360, and it's hard to move either of those guys. You got to pack a friggin' lunch if you want to run the football against Baltimore.
Steelers have converted 39% of their third downs. Baltimore's given up 41% of third downs on defense. This is third down and 2. Shotgun snap for Wilson. Chased out of the pocket left. Throws to an empty spot on the field. It's incomplete. He had a big-time rush coming. Had to get rid of it as Kyle Van Noy was bearing down on him on the near side of the field. We do have a flag on the far side of the field.
Wonder if there was a defensive hold over
Illegal
there.
shift. Nope. Offense. Penalties decline. Result of the play. 4th down.
So Bill Vinovich, who we hear from for the first time today, tells us that the punting unit is now coming out for the Steelers.
Kyle Van Noy, who's an 11-year vet out of BYU. Every time I put tape on, he's just a really good football player. He dropped in the flat when Russell Wilson expanded. He did with him. Big hit and forced the ball out.
Corliss Wakeman going to punt it away. Desmond King just up from the practice squad, awaiting the kick. And it is a booming line drive all the way back to the Baltimore 31-yard line. King avoids one tackle, comes near side up the middle of the field, the 40, across the 45, and then fumbles the ball. It's down on the ground. I believe the Ravens got on it just outside the Pittsburgh 40-yard line.
2 fumbles. They got them both back.
Wow. 57 yards on the punt, 18 on the return. And they lay it on the ground, but Chris Board came up with the recovery, and Baltimore is in business when we come back. 9 minutes left to go in the first quarter of play. It is Pittsburgh nothing, Baltimore nothing. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
And Doug. Limu wanted me to tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. He says because we all like to save a buck. No, okay, he said with the extra cash, you can lease a new truck. Wait, he said he went to middle school with geese and ducks? Actually, I think Limu just said squawk.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Hey, football fans, with BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms, 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Running your own business can feel a lot like running a one-person relay race. When you've got to expand your team, share the baton with Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates to your roster. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
Time to check the schedule of games coming up on Westwood One, sponsored by Hulu Plus Live TV. Tomorrow night, Tampa Bay at Dallas. Monday night, New Orleans at Green Bay. And then Christmas Day, Kansas City at Pittsburgh and Baltimore at Houston. Tired of paying for cable TV? Switch to Hulu Plus Live TV today to watch over 95 live channels. Live TV plan required. Restrictions apply. Learn more at Hulu.com. Scoreless here in the first quarter between the Ravens and Steelers. Mike, we talked about the fact that turnovers hurt Baltimore in the game in Week 11 in Pittsburgh, and they have had 2 near misses here in this first quarter.
And again, they prioritized turnovers all week in practice. That was the number one concern for the coaching staff and the players. And we're barely 5 minutes into this game, and Lamar drops it on the ground on a pass, and the punt returner, Des King, drops it on the ground after an 18-yard return. Both times fortunate enough to recover it. I mean, had it gone the other way, this game's completely different right now. And, instead of Baltimore having the ball 1st and 10 on the plus 42-yard line, Scott.
So they take over in Pittsburgh territory, 1st down and 10. Flowers goes in motion to the far side. Hand off to Henry. Working his way through the middle of the field, gets to the second level and is taken down inside the 30 by DeMonte Casey. Great patience by Derrick Henry to work his way through the line and move the sticks forward on a Baltimore 1st down.
And, Scott, that's a really good word by you, the patience word, with great running backs in general and Derrick Henry in particular. He's got tremendous patience and really quick feet for a guy that's 6'3", 250. Both were on display that time through the middle of the line of scrimmage.
Henry remains in the backfield on 1st down and 10, just inside the 30. Lamar Jackson working out of the shotgun. Hands off to Henry again. Lots of room left side. 25, 20. And upended as he crosses the 20-yard line by DeMonte Casey. But 13 more yards and another Baltimore 1st down.
The hole on the left side was so large. It was just a little left guard pulls, kicks out. Backside wide open because they have to respect Lamar Jackson. If he keeps it, he wasn't touched. We're talking about Derrick Henry for 14 yards down the field. That's how open that hole was.
He is averaging more than 8 yards per carry here in this first quarter. 1st and 10, 17-yard line of the Steelers in a scoreless game. Handoff, stay with him. Henry again breaks a tackle at the 15, stiff arm near the 10, and falls forward down to about the 8-yard line for 9 more yards.
They're chopping up the Pittsburgh defensive front right now. Really good stiff arm. I believe it was on T.J. Watt.
And Henry is not coming out right now. He is staying in the ball game. He is in rhythm. Ravens are in the red zone. This has been an area they have flourished in. 74% of red zone opportunities they have converted into touchdowns. Joey Porter Jr. was up and then sat back down again. And now the training staff is coming out to give him a look as there's a quick break in the action.
Keep in mind, they've already got 2 starters out in the defensive secondary that weren't able to play this week. Safety Deshaun Elliott and corner Dante Jackson. If Porter's out, they got major problems.
You can listen to any and every football game we broadcast for free at WestwoodOneSports.com. That's WestwoodOneSports.com for a free live stream. Porter, a guy who is key in terms of their tackling in the secondary. He went down, basically rolled right underneath Henry as he was coming to the near side of the field near the 10-yard line.
Last week, Pittsburgh's defense against Philadelphia, tackling was a problem. I literally stopped counting missed tackles after 11. Joey Porter had 3 or 4 of them. He struggled in the open field, both against Gainwell and against Saquon Barkley.
That's part of why the Eagles were able to hold the ball for basically the last 10.5 minutes of the game with a 2-score lead.
That and the fact that Pittsburgh could not cover A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith, 2 of the best receivers in this league.
Porter is up, and he's walking off very gingerly to the far sideline. So the Steelers, who are already down 2 starting defensive backs, will now have to bring in Cam Sutton to replace Porter.
And Corey Trice is in there also. So there's a whole bunch of guys in there that haven't played much football for Pittsburgh this year. Trice is a guy that I think only played 3 games in the 2 years he's been in the league.
2nd down and a yard to go. The nose of the football at the 8-yard line. Henry's in the backfield once again. A big set. Here comes Flowers to the near side. The give to Henry through the middle. This time a white wall of jerseys there to meet him. He's going to be close to the 1st down, near the 7-yard line. He might have gotten it. Alex Highsmith got there first among the 5 Steeler jerseys that enveloped Derrick Henry. And it is indeed a 1st down That's going to be first and goal from the 7-yard line. 6:42 and counting left to go here in the first quarter of a scoreless game. A Baltimore win, they are in the playoffs. A Steelers win, they win the division.
I think you've got to go after Corey Trice right here, and he's on Zay Flowers. To me, that looks like a mismatch.
2 receivers left side, hand off to Henry again, and he is pummeled in the backfield, and he's going to lose yardage. Cam Hayward got back there on that right side of the defensive line quickly, and Alex Highsmith was there as well as they push him back to the 9-yard line for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, Alex Highsmith set a great edge right there, and Cam Hayward's a guy who I scouted years ago, and I mean, you want to talk about somebody who's just a pillar of consistency at a high level.
It's been all Henry so far. This time they fake it his way and throw to the near side. Likely's got it. Touchdown, Baltimore. Isaiah Likely popped wide open on the right side, and Jackson to Likely for the first score of the ball game with 5:52 left to go here in the first quarter.
Love the whole offensive package by Todd Monken there. They went tempo, Scotty, right? They hustled up to the line of scrimmage. They faked real quickly that they were going to go toss sweep to Derrick Henry, and Isaiah Likely with a little arc block from the tight end position. Nobody picked him up, and he just kept going on the rail route. Wide open.
Fans here at M&T Bank Stadium holding their breath a bit as Justin Tucker now will attempt the extra point. It's been a roller coaster ride for him. Kick is on the way. It is up, and it is good. He has already missed 10 kicks, including 2 extra points this year, but he drives that one through. And the Ravens take the early lead. 5:52 left to go here in the first quarter. It's Baltimore 7, Pittsburgh nothing. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
This holiday season, visit Boot Barn for top quality gifts that pay tribute to the lasting heritage of the West. From handcrafted cowboy boots and American-made felt hats to hand-stitched leather jackets, our in-store experts will help guide you as you shop, assisting with boot fitting and providing complimentary hat shaping. This holiday, share a piece of the American spirit. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
Now's the time to shop new deals at Lowe's. Get your choice of a Cobalt 8-piece standard or metric ratchet wrench set for just $39.98. That's a $60 savings. And save $50 on a Blackstone 28-inch 2-burner griddle. Was $249, now $199. Order by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Lowe's knows deals. Valid 12/19 through 12/25. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. Same-day delivery on eligible in-stock items. Subject to availability. Fees vary. Details at lowes.com/same-day delivery.
It's that time of year again. Sweaters, fireplaces, and snowy weather. Probably. I don't know where you live, which means it's also time for Wendy's new Salted Caramel Frosty. Creamy, cold, delicious, and the only thing you'll want all season long. Whatever your winter looks like, snowy or sunny, it's all the perfect time to give yourself a little sweet treat, cause if it's the iconic Frosty with a salted caramel twist, gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only at participating Wendy's. Salted Caramel Frosty flavored with other natural flavors.
'Tis the season for the race to the playoffs on NFL Sunday Ticket. Now for just $49, you can spend your holidays with the Bears and Texans and Falcons and Vikings, all in your living room. Well, not literally. It's a metaphor. Get NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV, now just $49. Sign up at youtube.com/NFLST. Current prorated price. New users only. Terms and embargoes apply. No cancellations. Content restrictions apply.
Let's check the drive summary, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. 6 plays, 41 yards, 32 of them coming from Derrick Henry. It took 3:08 off the clock, and the touchdown pass to Likely puts the Ravens over 6,000 yards on the season, best in the National Football League. They've got a 7-0 lead now. 5:52 left to go in the first quarter. Justin Tucker going to kick it away. Cordero Patterson and Jalen Warren standing with their heels at the 10-yard line. Now Tucker is kicking into the wind in this direction, going from left to right. And his high kick is going to come up well short. Patterson fields with his feet on the 9-yard line. Running back near side, trying to find a block across the 25. And he is thrown back short of the 30-yard line. They're going to actually mark him at about the 27. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood 1, your home for the National Football League.
Get daily football news on the players and teams that matter to you on SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
First down and 10, Steelers from their own 27-yard line. This is their second drive of the game. Their first began at their own 3-yard line and was a 3-and-out. Jalen Warren will be in the backfield for Pittsburgh, and they'll send a man in motion to the near side. That is Van Jefferson. Also coming near side, Ben Skowronek. Russell Wilson working out of the shotgun on first down and 10. Takes the snap, looking left. Throws complete. Got Skowronek for a first down. Out by the numbers across the 40-yard line. Kyle Hamilton takes him down at the 44 after an 18-yard pickup on first down.
And a very similar play conceptually to what Baltimore did on their touchdown. You fake a quick pitch to your tailback, and Skowronek, who's typically in there to be a blocker, not a receiver, just a quick stalk and go right up the seam.
Receivers split to either side. Fryermuth is the tight end, set up strong side left. Off play action. Russell Wilson looking to throw back behind, and he's thrown to the ground. They had it all set up to throw back behind to Warren, and Michael Pierce came in and ate him alive all the way back at the 34-yard line.
Pierce made the tackle. Tavius Robinson made the play. Why? Because Scott said correctly he's trying to throw it back on a throwback screen. Tavius Robinson smelled it out, and now Pittsburgh's going to go tempo.
Second down and 20 with the football at the 34-yard line. Two receivers to either side for Russell Wilson. Working out of the shotgun. Warren set up sidecar right. Here's the snap and the throw to Warren. A lot of room to work with in the middle of the field across the 40. And he is met across the 45 out near the 47-yard line by Roquan Smith. So they get a lot of it back right there, and they turn it into a third and manageable after a 12-yard pickup.
In tempo again. They're back up on the line of scrimmage after the quick check down.
And working again out of the shotgun on third down and a long 7. Back to throw is Wilson. Pocket collapses. In some trouble. Scrambling to the near side. He comes free. Throws. And it's caught. Down at the 45-yard line of the Ravens. That's going to be good for first down yardage.
Wow.
What a fantastic play by Russell Wilson. And Ben Skowronek hauled it in at the 45 of Baltimore for the first down.
Who knew Ben Skowronek was going to be a focal point of the Pittsburgh drive today? We talked about maybe Mike Williams stepping up in the absence of George Pickens. Two big plays already by Skowronek.
Skowronek had 3 catches on the year coming in. He's got 2 on this drive. First down and 10 from the Baltimore 45. The handoff. Warren going to go right side around the right end and spinning his way down inside the 40-yard line. He gets it all the way down to about the 37 before Kyle Hamilton brings him down. But a big gain on first down running the football for Pittsburgh.
Good job by Pittsburgh. I also like the tempo. You know, things aren't going well. Baltimore just scores. Shake it up a little bit. Put some pressure on their defense, and Baltimore's done that.
Clock continues to move with 2:54 left here in the first. Warren stays in the game at running back. Set to the side of Russell Wilson in the shotgun on second down and 2. Takes the snap. Here comes the rush. Rolling out right. Throwing complete. First down yardage. Far side of the field for Connor Hayward. He makes the catch along the right sideline, and that is good for a Pittsburgh first down.
Scotty, I was watching Hard Knocks the other night. Have you watched any of that?
A little bit, yeah.
And they're focusing on this division, right? So it was kind of cool because they focused on the Hayward brothers at Thanksgiving dinner. And you just see big brothers, little brother dynamic. And boy, is it healthy and cool and kind of nice to have your big and little brothers on the same team.
Well, that was little brother's 5th catch on the season. First down and 10 now. From the 34-yard line, the Steelers on the move, trailing by 7. They sent Skowronek in motion. A toss right side. Warren around right end. Got room inside the 30. Bouncing off tacklers down to the 25. They're working that right side, and they are getting big-time gains running the football. Before Malik Harrison got there, it was a pickup of 9.
Yeah, it was toss sweep. And Jalen Warren is a guy that doesn't get talked about enough. And, you know, Najee Harris is their featured back, but Jalen Warren's their third down and change of pace guy. outstanding in the pass game, but don't underestimate him in the run game.
This time, they'll send a man in motion. And they are set up with a big package now on second down and short. The handoff for Warren, straight through the middle. First down yardage. Gets it down to the 17. Tavius Robinson wrapped him up. But Pittsburgh moves the chains once again on what has been a very impressive second drive of the ball game.
Give Russell Wilson credit back there to kick drive that start. What was it, Scotty? They had second and long, makes 2 throws in a row, runs away from a heavy rush, just doesn't let Matabiki get him. I mean, this has been a heck of a drive by Pittsburgh.
Najee Harris back in the ball game. First and 10 from the 22. Out of the shotgun, it is Wilson. Takes the snap. Play action fake. Throw down the middle, up the seam, complete. Inside the 5-yard line and near the goal line. Van Jefferson hauls it in. He is just short at the Baltimore 1.
Wow. Seam route, and again, Russell Wilson, man, I give you credit. You don't have Pickens. Your receiver group reads like this: Van Jefferson, Calvin Austin, Mike Williams, Scotty Miller, and Ben Skoranek. And he's spreading it around, and these guys are playing well.
They've got the tight end, Connor Hayward, in the backfield right now, along with Harris, and now we're going to get a stoppage of play and a timeout being called. Oh, check that. That is the end of the first quarter. So the end of the first quarter of play. Baltimore Ravens scoring on their second drive. The Steelers on the edge of doing exactly the same as we go to the second. It's the Ravens 7, the Steelers nothing. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Tis the season to be jamming. With the channel stuffed full of holiday hip-hop and R&B from the 90s to now. Take your gift wrapping to a whole new level. Jingle Jams. One of dozens of holiday channels available anytime in the SiriusXM app.
Hey everybody, it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. If you're a racing fan, Dirty Mo Media, they have the ultimate lineup for you, even in the off-season. From NASCAR drivers and crew members to industry insiders, we've got it all. Whether you're tuning in to Herman Schrader, Becoming Earnhardt Season 2, Door Bumper Clear, The Teardown, or even Speed Street for you IndyCar fans. We're covering every angle of motorsports in the off-season. Dirty Mo Media is your home for all things NASCAR now on the SiriusXM app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Don't miss a feast of festive football on SiriusXM FC. Ho, ho, ho. From the drama of the Premier League.
Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
To the excitement of Serie A.
What a start for Inter.
Enjoy your holiday season with the gift of live soccer.
Stupendously magnificent.
Courtesy of SiriusXM FC, channel 157 in the car, and the SiriusXM app. Head to SiriusXM.com/soccer schedule for all the match listings.
Hey everybody, it's Conan O'Brien, and guess what? I've got my own channel, Conan O'Brien Radio, here on SiriusXM. Tune in to channel 104 for exclusive interviews with your favorite celebrities, hilarious moments from all my TV shows, showcasing some of the most absurd and hilarious moments from my decades on television, and episodes from Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend podcast and Andy Richter's weekly call-in show. Don't miss out. Conan O'Brien Radio, channel 104, or anytime on the SiriusXM app.
Scott Graham and Mike Mayock here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Baltimore. Give your team an edge with Grainger. You'll find supplies and solutions for every industry, plus fast delivery and 24/7 support. When you call, click Grainger.com or just stop by. We'll begin the second quarter on what's going to be the 10th play of an extended drive for the Steelers. They are at the 1-yard line of the Baltimore Ravens, trailing 7-0, and try to pay off what has been a very impressive march downfield.
Been an impressive drive, man. Good mix of run and pass. Russell Wilson making all the right decisions.
Najee Harris, a deep back in the I formation on first down and goal. Play action fake. Wilson throws, end zone, caught, touchdown. A sprawling catch by Michael Pruitt, who came off the line and broke 3 in the end zone. The Steelers now an extra point away from tying this one up at 7.
In the old days, they call that a tight end pop pass. Down there on the 1-yard line, you fake the run, let the linebackers and safeties react up. Pruitt sneaks behind. He actually stumbled, which made it a tougher catch. Stumbled coming off a block, but what a great catch at the back of the end zone. Both feet down, really good hands.
First touchdown of the year for the 9-year veteran out of Southern Illinois. So here is Chris Boswell, who has been marvelous this year for the Steelers. Trying to tie the game up with an extra point. It's down, it is up, and it is good. So the Steelers answer back with a march of their own, and lo and behold, these two teams are tied once again at 4 seconds into this second quarter. We talked about the differential between these two, and it's been very interesting watching it over the years. We said that Mike Tomlin is 21-15 against John Harbaugh, but when you add up all of those games, Mike, the total points for these two teams, Pittsburgh 711, Baltimore 704, separated by 7 points.
I followed these guys for years and absolutely love the head coaches. I love everything about the rivalry, the way this franchise is set up. They have the same number. The two head coaches have the same number of losses. I believe it's 114, and Mike Tomlin only has 10 more wins, 191 to 181, but he has one extra year, 18th year to 17th year. That's how close they are.
This is the second longest running head coach matchup in the NFL. The longest was George Halas and Curly Lambeau. Wow. They got to meet 12 more times to catch them.
Those are two classic names there.
And the kickoff from Boswell is going to go right into the end zone, or to be fielded there by Rasheen Ali. He'll take a knee, and it's a touchback. Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Well, now we'll see if Baltimore has got an answer. Apparently Joey Porter Jr. left the field with a calf injury. He's questionable. Ben Skoranek ran back to the locker room. He's got a hip injury. He is also questionable to return.
They had 2 catches on that second drive there, and they're running out of wideouts.
So the nose of the football on the 30-yard line as Baltimore tries to answer back. The last drive was Derrick Henry heavy.
Yeah, Henry's got 8 carries for 52. He's averaging 6.5 yards. That's a long day if you're going to let that happen.
Play action fake to Henry. Jackson back to throw, firing, and it is incomplete. I'll tell you what, he had 2 receivers in the same spot. I'm not sure if he was going for his tight end Andrews or Zay Flowers, but Flowers saw it coming, and Mike never made a play on the ball.
I think it's because Mark Andrews was 6 or 7 yards in front diving for it. And like you, I'm seeing Todd Monken, the offensive coordinator, in a box down from us, and he's shaking his head like we had everything we wanted and we didn't complete the pass. I think that was a Zay Flowers throw.
Henry is out. Justice Hill is in on 2nd down and 10 from the 30. Hill goes in motion right. Jackson is going to have a design run up the middle, shaking and baking across the 35-yard line and out to the 38. An 8-yard pickup before Patrick Queen runs him down. That'll set up a 3rd down and 2. We got a flag on the play.
Illegal use of hands. Hands to the face. Defense number 27. 5-yard penalty for the end of the run. Automatic first down.
So the run stands for Jackson. Corey Trice flagged for the penalty that will tack on more. And Baltimore moves the sticks.
So that's the first planned quarterback run for Baltimore. And I kind of feel like they need to do a little more of that in this particular game. I found it interesting. A month ago, Lamar's mom came out publicly basically and said, Lamar, you got to do more with the football. You got to run the ball.
On first down, hands to Henry, sidesteps a tackle on the left side and dives forward out across the 45 up to the 47-yard line. Didn't look like much, but it was a 4-yard gain before Isaiah Loudermilk made the tackle for Pittsburgh.
6'3", 247. I think he's pushing closer to 260. He's now over 1,500 yards rushing this season and over 11,000 in his career.
In the last 7 games, he's been going for about 86 yards per game. early in the season, 125. Now we got a whistle before the ball was even snapped. That is going to go against the Ravens.
Offense number 42. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Big Patrick Ricard called for moving early, backing him up 5.
Get a 6'3", 300-pound fullback from the University of Maine. The only other team in the league that has a fullback that size. Who do you think it is?
Steelers.
No, it's the head coach with the same last name as the Baltimore Raven head
So you're
coach.
saying that there's a theory here.
I think their dad Jack raised 2 smart football coaches is what I think.
So second down and 11 now. Jackson takes the snap, rush is coming, throws late, and it's off the fingertips of Flowers, coming to the near side of the field at the 45. Another flag down on the play in the offensive backfield.
Like a hold.
Holding. Offense number 64. Penalty decline. Result of the play. Third down.
Tyler Linderbaum, the setter, called for the hold. Pittsburgh won't take it. They'll take the down, and it's going to be a third down and 11 now for Baltimore.
All-out blitz. Zay Flowers had beaten Pierre across the middle. Ball was thrown a little bit high. I thought Flowers should have come down with it anyway. Point being, even though there was a penalty there, the execution wasn't as clean as Baltimore needs to have it.
Pittsburgh 7, Baltimore 7, 13:44 to go here in the second quarter. Third down and 11 yards to go for the 42. Jackson working out of the shotgun, calls out the signals, takes the snap. Now he sets his feet, scrambles out to the right with pursuit coming and throws back hard across the middle. It's incomplete, looking for Rashad Bateman. And Baltimore is going to be forced to punt it away.
Quarterback was forced to expand out of the pocket to his right, and T.J. Watt, even with an ankle off of last week, with the heavy hustle play, nipping at the heels, basically, Lamar Jackson forced that ball out.
Lamar Jackson struggles against Pittsburgh. He is 2 for his first 6 in this game with a couple of errant throws. Stout to punt it away, lets it go from about his 31-yard line, got it off the side of his foot, and that was a shank. It's going to go out of bounds on the far sideline, and Pittsburgh's going to get great field position as they mark off exactly where that ball went out of bounds. Looks like it's going to stop at about the 40-yard line. That's where Pittsburgh will take over when we come back. Timeout on the field with 13:32 to go here in the second after an 18-yard punt. Wow. Pittsburgh 7, Baltimore 7. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Hear that? Holiday spirit is soaring on the SiriusXM app. With exclusive seasonal specials from Jimmy Fallon.
Thank you so much for listening. I love this time of year.
Christmas Queen, Mariah Carey. Every Monday, deck the halls with a little bit of me. Pentatonics and more. That's Christmas. Plus over 20 pop-up holiday channels full of endless cheer. Just search Holiday to feel the joy on the SiriusXM app.
The biggest college football games are on Sirius XM.
That was one of the craziest college football games I've seen.
Hear every game of the college football playoff and more than 40 bowl games.
That was a great move. He just juked him out of his shorts.
Get the channel number for your school's broadcast at SiriusXM.com/college football schedule.
Still on his feet, and he's into the end zone.
Or search college football on the Sirius XM app. And for expert analysis, check out College Sports Radio, Channel 84.
Every NFL game is on Sirius XM. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, the Detroit Lions take on the Chicago Bears. Listen to the Lions on Sirius 160 XM 383 or the Bears on Sirius 83 XM 228. Also at 1 p.m. Eastern, the Browns battle the Bengals. Hear the Browns on Sirius 132 XM 387 or the Bengals on Sirius 158 XM 232 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
Hey, this is Jeff Foxworthy.
This is Larry the Cable Guy.
And we're excited to tell you about our exclusive SiriusXM channel.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup. Every hour of every day, we're going to bring you the best comedy from some of the best and our favorite comedians.
Like Nate Borgazzi, Dusty Slay, and Leanne Morgan, just to name a few.
By the way, she owes me money.
And we each host our own shows every week.
Jeff and Larry's Comedy Roundup.
SiriusXM 97, your home for great American comedy.
In your area, catch the NFL on CBS and Fox. 13:32 to go here in the first half of play. Pittsburgh 7, Baltimore 7. They spotted that ball now at the 44-yard line, so correction, the punt was 14 yards. And great field position for the Steelers, who just marched down the field in their most recent drive. On first down and 10, out of the shotgun. Russell Wilson, play action fake, coming back near side, throws to Warren. Gets a block out at the 45, up across the 50-yard line and into Baltimore territory. Down inside the 45 for a Pittsburgh first down.
Got two really good change of pace backs in this game. We already talked about Warren, but Justice Hill on the other side. Love the way they maximize gains after short passes.
We told you about Ben Skowronek leaving the field and going to the locker room. He's got the helmet back on and back in the game now. Russell Wilson 7 for his first 8. He's got Najee Harris back in the backfield now in an I formation on first down and 10 from the Baltimore 45. Play action fake, rolling left, looking for an open receiver, nothing there. Wilson's going to run it himself inside the 40 and taken down by Roquan Smith at the 38-yard line. They'll give him 7 yards on the run. Pittsburgh continues to move the football now into Baltimore territory.
Two wily vets in that play. Russell Wilson, year 13. Roquan Smith, year 7. Russell doesn't have quite the burst that he used to, but his innate fuel for the game is outstanding.
Now at 36 years old, trying to lead the Steelers to a division title. Working from under center on second and a long 3. Handoff, Harris straight ahead. First down run inside the 30-yard line and spinning his way down to the 27. 11 yards on the left side for Najee Harris before Roquan Smith and Kyle Hamilton got there. That is another Pittsburgh first down.
It's a really good push by that Pittsburgh front. Zach Frazier, who's a rookie second-round pick from West Virginia, is their center. He did a combo block up to the linebacker, was outstanding.
From the 27, a toss to Harris left side, outside the numbers, trying to pick up blocking. Not a lot there, but he did get positive yardage. Working his way down inside the 25-yard line near the 23. A 4-yard pickup on the left side on first down.
I'll tell you, Pittsburgh's offensive line is doing a heck of a job against the #1 run defense in the entire National Football League. They're getting push and movement, and the running backs are taking advantage.
Harris stays in the game in the backfield. Second down and 6. Wilson back to throw. Rolling out right side, trying to find an open man. Now he'll tuck and run inside the 20, the 15, the 10, and he is turned over at the 5-yard line, and out comes the football. He fumbled the football, and Baltimore is recovered. Russell Wilson running with abandon, gets pinwheeled at the 5-yard line. Out comes the ball. The Ravens say they've got it, and now they're trying to decide if the ground caused the fumble.
Darius Washington, a third-year safety out of TCU, put a smack on him at the 5-yard line. I think Russell thought he was going to get in the end zone.
We're getting a look at the replay right now. As Wilson got hit, he went up in the air.
Out.
The ball was absolutely out, and it was recovered by Kyle Van Noy. Timeout on the field with 10:57 left to go here in the first half. Pittsburgh 7, Baltimore 7. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Hey, I'm Brett Podolsky, co-founder of The Farmer's Dog. We make fresh food for dogs. We started the company when we saw what a huge difference it made in my own dog, Jada, when she stopped eating ultra-processed kibble and started eating fresh, whole food. The Farmer's Dog food isn't fancy. It's just real food delivered to your door in pre-portioned packs. It's better for them and easier for you.
Get 50% off your first box at thefarmersdog.com/trial50. That's thefarmersdog.com/trial50.
Hey, football fans, with BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms, 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
And Doug. Limu wanted me to tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. He says because we all like to save a buck. No, okay, he said with the extra cash, you can lease a new truck. Wait, he said he went to middle school with geese and ducks? Actually, I think Limu just said squawk.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
All season long, you can stream the NFL on Westwood One for free, sponsored by Pfizer. This RSV season, don't drop the ball. Visit VaxAssist.com to check eligibility and schedule an RSV vaccine. And fans, remember, you can listen on WestwoodOneSports.com on the NFL app by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports or on our affiliate stations' digital platforms. Well, just the 13th turnover for the season short circuits another impressive drive for the Steelers. As Russell Wilson fumbled the football away, Kyle Van Noy recovered it. And Baltimore in this 7-7 ball game with 10:57 to go in the second quarter will take over at their own 4-yard line.
And kind of reversal of how these games typically go. I mean, Pittsburgh wins by taking care of the football and forcing you to give it up. Here, Russell Wilson on his way into the end zone. I mean, on the 4-yard line, big hit by Ardarius Washington, and he gives it up.
So Baltimore begins at the 4. Derrick Henry in the backfield behind Lamar Jackson. Jackson hands to Henry, right side, bounces off a couple of tackles, and he was in danger of going a long way. T.J. Watt got him by the shoelaces after a pickup of just 2. Had he not gone down, he was going up that right sideline and had a lot of room to work with.
He and T.J. Watt are yelling at each other in a good way. They've been to a few Pro Bowls together. And I'll tell you what, this T.J. Watt, 6 forced fumbles, leads the whole league. So impressive.
He injured his ankle last week. He worked through it this week and is playing here in this one. On second down, Jackson back to throw, firing far sideline. Got it in there, and it's caught by Likely out at the 25. Gorgeous long throw to the far sideline, and Likely hauls it in for a Baltimore first down and a pickup of 19.
And with Aguilar out with an injury, with cutting Deontay Johnson, it becomes even more important that these tight ends, who are both highly athletic, have big games. Isaiah Likely ran a really good route, crossed the face of the defensive back, took it back outside, and a beautiful throw by Lamar.
First down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Justice Hill now in the backfield. Sidecar right of Lamar Jackson. The handoff to Hill. Shake and bake move 25. And written down from behind up near the 30. Call at the 29-yard line after a pickup of 4 by rookie Peyton Wilson out of North Carolina State.
I have a feeling Peyton Wilson has no idea, or had no idea, that a big man could move that quickly. He stepped up on the draw play, had a beat on him with nobody else anywhere near at the line of scrimmage. One quick cut, and he was lucky to get an ankle as he went by.
Wilson had his first career interception against Lamar Jackson in the first meeting back in Week 11. Bateman goes in motion now on second down. The handoff, near side, Hill breaking tackles, and he's down along the left sideline, down through 2 tackles and into Pittsburgh territory. All the way down to the Pittsburgh 45-yard line before DeMonte Casey knocks him out.
And he's down. He's staying down.
Well, he was knocked down, and he is face down now on the sideline. We're getting a look now at the play that knocked him out. It was Casey who took his legs out from underneath him, and it looked like Hill landed on his right shoulder and perhaps the right side of his helmet.
Shoulder, neck, and head all landed first.
That is all scary stuff, and as they attend to him, we're going to step aside here with 8:52 left to go in the second. Baltimore and Pittsburgh tied at 7. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Football is a game of inches. And just like on the field, winning in life takes dedication and teamwork. That's why Old Spice, the brand that helps men navigate the game of life with confidence, is continuously stepping up with its School of Swagger initiative. Did you know nearly 1.2 million students drop out of high school every year, with higher rates among boys of color? Mentorship plays a crucial role in changing this. Since 2020, Old Spice has been connecting boys with mentors who provide the guidance, support, and confidence they need to graduate and succeed in life. Want to help make a difference? Become a mentor with Old Spice School of Swagger. Visit oldspice.com/School of Swagger and help a young man unlock his full potential today.
It's that time of year again. Sweaters, fireplaces, and snowy weather. Probably. I don't know where you live, which means it's also time for Wendy's new Salted Caramel Frosty. Creamy, cold, delicious, and the only thing you'll want all season long. Whatever your winter looks like, snowy or sunny, it's all the perfect time to give yourself a little sweet treat, cause if it's the iconic Frosty with a salted caramel twist, gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only at participating Wendy's. Salted Caramel Frosty flavored with other natural flavors.
This holiday season, visit Boot Barn for top quality gifts that pay tribute to the lasting heritage of the West. From handcrafted cowboy boots and American-made felt hats to hand-stitched leather jackets, our in-store experts will help guide you as you shop, assisting with boot fitting and providing complimentary hat shaping. This holiday, share a piece of the American spirit. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
HBO's Hard Knocks is giving you unparalleled access to the AFC North as teams battle for the division crown and a ticket to the playoffs. Hard Knocks in season featuring the AFC North, now streaming Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern on Max, sponsored by the NFL. The good news is that Justice Hill got up and walked back over to the bench under his own power. We'll find out about his status moving forward. But it comes at the end of the 71st play of the year of 20 or more yards for the Ravens. They are now in Pittsburgh territory at the 45-yard line. First down and 10. Lamar Jackson operating under center. Play action fake. Up the seam. Throw complete. He's got it to Flowers. Coming back near side, and he's ripped down by the face mask by Minkah Fitzpatrick at the 30. So that's going to tack on to a big gain for Flowers. That's going to go half the distance.
Face mask. Defense number 39. 15-yard penalty for an end of the run. Automatic first down.
Flowers is a handful man-to-man, which is what James Pierre had that time. He's listed at 5'9", 175. He's as quick as anybody in the entire league. And he made a cut to cross face and run the deep inside route. He got 3 to 4 yards of separation against Pierre, and Lamar Jackson put it right on him.
Penalty occurred at the 31, so it was a 15-yard penalty. Nose of the football at the 16-yard line. The Ravens once again in the red zone. First down and 10 yards to go. Try to break this 7-all tie here in the second quarter. Shotgun snap. Jackson's going to run it himself. A delayed quarterback draw, and he gets a couple down inside the 15 near the 14-yard line before Preston Smith takes him down. Second down coming up for Baltimore.
Second planned quarterback run of the game. The problem there was that the right tackle was the puller on counter. That's rookie Roger Rosengarten, and he tripped and fell. So the personal convoy was not available, and because of that, no gain.
Rosengarten's got good speed, too. Ran a sub-540 at the combine.
Oh, Scott, I didn't know you were a combine guy. That's good.
Well, I know you are.
Nice job by you, man.
Yeah, thank you. Second down and 8. Man in motion near side. Jackson throwing toward the end zone. Incomplete. Just off the hand of an extending Mark Andrews on the near side. Patrick Green was running with him in coverage. That's the kind of play that Andrews can make or not make. In this case, just a tick out of his reach.
Yeah, I like where Lamar put it on the back shoulder and up high. I thought Andrews jumped just a little bit early. He was on his way down as the ball went past him.
Had he been high-pointing that ball, might have been a touchdown.
Correct.
Instead, it's 3rd and 8 now at the 14-yard line.
To your point, this is the #1 red zone team in the league, and they need touchdowns, not field goals.
Out of the shotgun. Jackson's got the snap. Throwing toward the back corner of the end zone. It's there for the touchdown. Rashad Bateman, who had 2 scores last week, gets his 3rd in 2 games. A perfectly placed ball by Lamar Jackson in the left corner of the end zone. And Baltimore has taken a 13-7 lead.
Bateman, for me, has come on lately, second half of this year so far. He had man coverage against DeMonte Casey. He took him inside, stemmed it all the way across his face, and then came back out and created the separation that Lamar needed in the corner of the end zone. Outstanding route. And Scotty, as you said, he had 3 catches for 80 last week, 2 of them for touchdowns.
First time in his career he had multiple touchdowns in a game. They weren't sure he could even play in tonight's game as he was dealing with an injury. Now the extra point attempt for Justin Tucker is right down the middle. So Baltimore uses a big drive with 1 big play from Justice Hill and a big penalty assist as well. And they have now taken the lead here at the midway point of the second quarter. It's the Ravens 14, the Pittsburgh Steelers 7. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Finding quality candidates for your small business is no little league game, but Indeed can help you cover all your hiring bases. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
I love spreading joy with gifts this time of year, but I try not to spread my budget too thin. Luckily, Kohl's has come through for me once again. I just went and used the 25% off coupon to score so many great gifts under $20, like cozy pajamas and fleece, amazing gift sets, and beauty must-haves. So if you're looking to give more for less this season, get to Kohl's. Select styles. Offers end December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Happy holidays. 2 NFL Christmas Day games will be live on Netflix December 25th, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. The Kansas City Chiefs take on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Every opportunity you get, you go out and make a play.
Followed by the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans at 4:30 p.m. Eastern.
Lamar's in! Touchdown Ravens!
It's the perfect day to start a new holiday tradition the whole family will enjoy. Watch the NFL Christmas Day games live on Netflix. Sponsored by the NFL.
Let's check the drive summary, sponsored by Viasat. Score big with Viasat satellite internet. No matter where you live, Viasat.com/home internet. That's Viasat.com/home internet. Took him just 8 plays to go 96 yards, plus that penalty after the Russell Wilson fumble. And just 3:29 off the clock as Baltimore has grabbed the lead back. 14-7 our score with 7:28 to go here in the first half.
And I think it's also important to note that it came on the heels of the Russell Wilson fumble on the 4-yard line trying to score a touchdown. So potentially you're looking at a minimum of a 10-point turnaround and potentially a 14-point turnaround. And great job by the Ravens taking advantage of that.
The development there, though, after the big play is that Justice Hill has been ruled out now with a concussion. And what that means is that Baltimore, behind Derrick Henry, only has rookie Rasheen Ali, because Keaton Mitchell, their other running back, is inactive for this game. We'll see how that develops later on as Justin Tucker runs into the football, and his kickoff with the wind at his back will go barreling through the end zone. And Pittsburgh will come out for their next offensive series after 2 impressive drives, one that ended in a touchdown, the other that ended in Russell Wilson's fumble at the Baltimore 4-yard line. Wilson this year stepped in and really came out firing. 271 yards per game in his first 6 games, but without George Pickens in the lineup, over the last 2, 143 passing yards per game.
And keep in mind, they're not built right now to be dynamic. Pickens was their dynamic player on offense, and without him, it's like we got to run the ball, we got to play action, we got to get the ball to tight ends.
Play action fake. Wilson back to throw, all kinds of time. Now chased out of the pocket. He flips it downfield and incomplete. He was throwing it away. Looking for Jalen Warren, who was well covered down the sideline. He was looking middle of the field. There was nothing there, and ultimately just throws it away.
And Jalen Warren, that should have been a good matchup for him because he was on Malik Harrison, who's kind of a heavier NFL linebacker at 255. That is a mismatch that Warren should win.
Warren has been getting the lion's share of the early snaps in this one. He's in there now on 2nd down and 10. Off to the left of Wilson, working out of the shotgun. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Wilson takes the snap, looking left, nothing there. Back to the middle, throws complete. First catch for Mike Williams in the ball game. We thought he might see a little bit more time and maybe a few more looks. He's out to about the 35-yard line for a pickup of 5.
If Pittsburgh gave up a 5th-round pick at the trade deadline to the Jets to acquire him, and in one of his first games, he caught a 32-yard touchdown at the end of the game against Washington to win the game 28-27, but we haven't seen a whole lot of him since.
On 3rd down, they've got to get it to the 40-yard line.
Some
3 receivers
confusion.
near side, 2 to the far side, and now Warren is going to run back into the backfield. Play clock winding down. Wilson tries to get the snap, but it's not in time. It's going to be a delay of game against Pittsburgh.
Was a timeout called?
Prior to the delay of game, first charge timeout, Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Mike Tomlin just got that timeout in. The flags came flying, but he saw that his team was in disarray back there.
It's a bad sign when your quarterback's trying to yell things out and tight ends and wideouts have their hands out looking at them like, what are you doing? What do we got? Nobody knew what the play was.
Every Westwood One football broadcast this season is once again available on all Alexa-enabled devices. Just say Open Westwood One Sports and you'll be taken straight to the action. That's Open Westwood One Sports to listen on Alexa.
It's a good timeout by Tomlin, though, recognizing, because you're looking at 3rd and 6. That 3rd and 6 and 3rd and 11 are 2 different animals.
It's a long 5 or a short 6. Jalen Warren in the backfield as the Steelers break huddle. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. They bring the tight end Freiermuth in motion into the slot on the right. Out of the shotgun. Wilson now changing it up at the line. Sends Warren to his right side. He'll take the snap. Looking out right. Avoids the rush and now can't get away from it. He is sacked back at the 30-yard line. Nandi Madubuike makes the sack back at the 30. And the Ravens hold defensively. They will bring on the punting unit for the Steelers.
Madubuike is one of the best interior rushers in the NFL, and Kyle Van Noy had a piece of that also. Both sides of that defensive line did interior twists. Defensive tackles and ends switching position. Madubuike came clean, as did Van Noy.
Waitman's punt comes to the near side, and a fair catch signaled for and received by Desmond King. After a 41-yard punt, the ball at the 28-yard line. And that is where the Ravens will take over. 18 games in a row now for the Ravens with at least 2 sacks. And that one snuffed out the Pittsburgh drive. 5:57 to go here in the first half. It is Baltimore 14 and Pittsburgh 7. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
And Doug.
Limu wanted me to tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. He says because we all like to save a buck. No, okay, he said with the extra cash, you can lease a new truck. Wait, he said he went to middle school with geese and ducks? Actually, I think Limu just said squawk.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
'Tis the season of giving, and right now, during the Ram Wrap-Up the Year sales event, Ram Trucks is giving out great deals on a wide selection of powerful trucks that are built to serve. Hurry into your local Ram dealer today to purchase and get $5,000 total cash allowance on most 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. Embrace the spirit of giving, and don't miss this great offer going on now during the Ram Wrap-Up the Year sales event. Excludes RHO and Tradesman Quad Cab 4x2 models. Contact dealer for details. Take retail delivery by January 2nd, 2025.
Score big with satellite internet when you switch to Viasat. Connect, browse, and explore. From first down to your town, connect wherever you live. No data caps, no confusing contracts, just a fast, reliable connection installed by pros. Unlimited data, endless possibilities. Visit Viasat.com/home internet to sign up today. That's Viasat, spelled VIASAT.com/home internet. Viasat, internet without limits. Minimum 24-month service term except for Viasat Unleashed. Actual speeds will vary. Service not available in all areas. Offer may be changed or withdrawn at any time.
Time now for today's Fact of the Game, sponsored by Mint Mobile. Switch and get half off unlimited premium wireless at mintmobile.com/score. As Derrick Henry goes over 1,500 rushing yards for the year, he does it for the fourth time here today. He joins four others who have done it. Check out the names that are on the list. Barry Sanders, who did it 5 times, Walter Payton, Eric Dickerson, and Edgerrin James. Hall of Famers, one and all.
That's good company. Good company.
Henry has been the workhorse here in this game in the early going.
It's been interesting watching the running back position in general, where everybody kind of devalued it. And now all of a sudden, after what Henry's done, what Josh Jacobs has done, what Joe Mixon has done, what? Well, you got a bright eye. What are you looking at?
I had this conversation with your guy Josh Jacobs just a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
And I'm not going to say that he was crowing about it, but he was saying, yeah, you now do see the value of what that type of running back can bring.
It doesn't matter what the position is. If the guy's special, he's special and can help you win.
14-7, Baltimore on top. They take over now at their own 28-yard line. Henry with the carry straight through the middle. Out across the 30, and he's going to get it out to the 32, 4 more yards. That gives him 11 carries, 62 yards here in this first half.
Yeah, and again, tough sledding. If you're on defense and he's going to average 5 or 6 yards a carry and carry it 25 to 28 times, that's hard duty. And then you've got this dude, number 8, behind center that can do superhuman things. That's a hard duo to stop.
Rasheen Ali, the rookie out of Marshall, now in the backfield for Baltimore on 2nd down and 6. 3 receivers to the right of Lamar Jackson. He sends the running back in motion, throws back near side. That's complete to the 40, and it's going to be out across the 40-yard line as Zay Flowers comes to the near side and finds Anthony Miller. Miller just picked up off the practice squad for this ball game, and he hauls in the catch.
Now, I think that's a really tough ask. Zay Flowers on Trice is a tough ask for Trice.
I thought it was Flowers, and it was indeed. At 5'9", he can get hidden.
Yes, he can. There's no doubt.
He is now split out to the right side on 1st down and 10 from just across the 40. Play action fake. Jackson looking out right. Now throws back across the middle of the field. Flowers catches it. And now it is thrown down. It's going to be incomplete.
Wow.
He had to catch, but was thrown down on the play by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the pass was never fully hauled in by Flowers out inside the 45-yard line of the Steelers. He was juggling the entire way.
Yeah, 2 things there. I mean, number 1 is Lamar's moving to his right. He's on the move, throwing back across his body all the way across the field. Never a good idea. Zay Flowers came back to the football but needed to come back even stronger. Minkah Fitzpatrick ripped it out of his arms. That should have been a completion. Flowers needs to be a little stronger there through contact.
2nd and 10 for the 41.
Oh.
Jackson going to keep it himself, and he ran into a wall. It looked like he had a lot of room on a read option. Kept it himself, but Keanu Benton and Peyton Wilson were right there. And there wasn't a whole lot of room to wiggle out about the 44-yard line.
Yeah, I thought he was going to have a little space right there, and that's that zone read concept. Faked it, took it right back behind Henry, and you know who else was there was our guy Cam Hayward at age 35 upholding his end of the deal.
Now it is 14th season out of Ohio State.
Big 3rd down for both teams here.
3rd down and 7 for the 44. Baltimore leads at 14-7. Clock ticking. 3:52 to go in the 2nd. Jackson coming near side. Throws complete. Got his tight end Andrews, and that's going to be a 1st down. Into Pittsburgh territory. Just past the marker. Corey Trice makes the tackle. But Baltimore moves the sticks.
So 2 times when they need to move the sticks, where did they go? They went 3 receivers to the wide side and then back into the boundary against Trice. One to Flowers and that time to Andrews.
Now they're going pace with no huddle. Handoff Henry, left side, out by the numbers. Bouncing off tackles inside the 40. And it takes 4 men to bring him down at the Pittsburgh 35. 14 hard yards for Derrick Henry and another Baltimore first down.
And guys are just bouncing off him. Peyton Wilson, he threw him off him twice. Minka Fitzpatrick's trying to rip the ball out. Trice can't believe how big a dude could be and actually still be a running back. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that causes problems when 22's coming downhill.
Derrick Henry's yards per carry go up month by month over his entire career. First down from the 35-yard line. Henry once again, this time nowhere to go. It's going to be no gain on the play. Maybe got a half yard. Try on the left side. Montravius Adams stood him up, which, as we pointed out, is not an easy thing to do.
I mean, if you've ever been in close proximity to Derrick Henry, it's pretty amazing. He's listed 6'3", 247. He's chiseled. I mean, he looks like a big defensive lineman, and he's running 4.5 downhill.
And so now the clock ticks down, and they are not going to run a play before the 2-minute warning. Lamar Jackson comes over and gets the coat on the sidelines on this chilly evening in Baltimore. We have reached the 2-minute warning with our score, Baltimore 14, Pittsburgh 7. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood 1.
You've got a Pepto predicament, Festive Feaster.
Who wants another slice of Grammy's famous pumpkin pie?
I
do not. I think I need to lay down for a minute.
You overdid it on all the family favorites, and now your stomach's throwing a Yuletide tantrum. Undo it with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto Chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief, so you can get back to the feast and the festivities.
Who's ready for some games?
When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Running your own business can feel a lot like running a one-person relay race. When you've got to expand your team, share the baton with Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates to your roster. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
I love spreading joy with gifts this time of year, but I try not to spread my budget too thin. Luckily, Kohl's has come through for me once again. I just went and used a 25% off coupon to score so many great gifts under $20, like cozy pajamas and fleece, amazing gift sets, and beauty must-haves. So if you're looking to give more for less this season, get to Kohl's. Select styles, offers end December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
A reminder to stay with us for the NFL on Westwood 1 halftime report, sponsored by Wendy's. John Stashauer will recap Game 1. Kansas City's 27-19 win over Houston as the Chiefs take one more step toward that number 1 overall seed. It's coming up on the Wendy's halftime report. Wendy's new salted caramel Frosty is the only treat you'll want this season. The iconic Frosty with a salted caramel twist, gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only at participating Wendy's, naturally flavored.
Scott, probably an appropriate time to just kind of think about Justin Tucker and the season he's had for Baltimore so far. He's what, like 19 for 27. He's been abominable over 40. There's 2 minutes left. They're driving. At this particular point, if they got to kick a field goal, that's a big deal. He needs to make some field goals if they're going to be a playoff team and make any kind of run.
Well, Justin Tucker is a big part of the reason why they did not win the game in Pittsburgh.
Missed 2.
In the first quarter of the ball game, missed 2.
Yep.
You know the games they've lost this year, the 5, they've lost by 22 points. You know how many points Justin Tucker's left on the field in those games?
How many?
22.
That's crazy.
Second down and 10. Jackson at the 2-minute warning, throwing across the middle, incomplete. He had a man and misfired, looking for Zay Flowers, who would come open on a deep in route down around the 15-yard line.
Yeah, he had a few people open that time. Bateman on a shallow cross. You know, we haven't even talked about T.J. Watt with any kind of rush yet. That was just a bad throw, underthrown to Flowers.
If you're watching Lamar Jackson, and he did not have his feet set. He had a rush coming at him. If you're watching him and you watch him in the pocket and he gets very quiet in the lower body, that means he's got somebody downfield. 3rd down and 10 now. Right at the edge of field goal range. Snap to Jackson. Lamar trying to avoid the rush. Throws, dumps it off to the 45. And that's going to at least keep field goal talk in mind as Isaiah Likely makes the catch.
And here they come.
Down inside the 35. It's going to be the 33-yard line. We're going to be looking at a 51-yard attempt or so for Justin Tucker.
He is 9 for 17 at 40+.
Never thought I would see the day. Now we got a timeout called for. Steelers take their second, leaving 1 minute and 48 seconds on the clock here as Baltimore tries to expand the lead to 10. And everybody in this building wearing purple, gold, and black has kind of been aching along with Justin Tucker this year. Coming off the bye, he did not attempt a field goal last week. The Meadowlands, he was 5 for 5 on extra points. He's hit both the extra points tonight. But this is going to be a 51-yard attempt from the left hash mark. He's got the wind with him right now. This used to be like getting up out of bed in the morning for Justin Tucker.
Yeah, this used to be money. Now it's 50-50.
Snap is there. The hold is down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Right down the middle for Justin Tucker from 51. And a cheer and a huge sigh of relief. The Baltimore Ravens as Justin Tucker nails the field goal to extend the lead to 10. Reminder that for every field goal made today and throughout the remainder of the season, Barbasol will make a donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, America's #1 shaving cream. Close Shave America, Close Shave Barbasol. He is such a perfectionist in what he does. And by the way, that snap was juggled by Jordan Stout, but he did get it down in time. Tucker is such a perfectionist. Watching what he was doing over the course of those misses, a lot of them were hooks.
Yes.
And for those of us who are golfers, we know that you get into a rut like that, you can't get back out of it. The expression on his face when he would miss and hook it again, you could tell what he was going through.
I saw him a couple times on television where after missing left a couple times, he left one right, and they had a close-up, and he's looking at the holder like it was supposed to go left, and it didn't.
He's now set to kick it away with Baltimore on top 17-7. And the kick is going to hit at the goal line and roll into the end zone for a touchback as Pittsburgh will take over with 1 minute 43 to work with and 1 timeout, now trailing by 10.
So Scott, we got to set the table here, right? You know, it's a 10-point differential, and Pittsburgh's not built to be dynamic and come back. Yet they get the second half kickoff, right, because they deferred. These are 2 important possessions, this one and the first one at the beginning of the second half.
I'm setting the table for you right now. I'm expecting something with crab in it when we get to halftime in that media spread. And apparently I'm hearing no.
I'm going to have a hot dog and be thankful.
All right. First down and 10 from the 30. They are running it on first down. It is Warren taking it to the left side. And he gets about 4 as the clock continues to run with 1:33 left to go in the half. Travis Jones on the tackle for Baltimore.
Tempo.
No huddle as they come right to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers right side, 1 to the left. Out of the shotgun. Wilson throws, timing pattern complete to Williams. Far side, first down, out across the 40-yard line. Brandon Stevens was right there, but rips him to the ground. And they again go no huddle now with 1:08 and counting left in the half. Wilson takes the snap, throws left, complete, and tackle is made inbounds on Calvin Austin. He did not get out of bounds out across the 45 at the 46.
Pittsburgh only has that 1 timeout remaining.
52 seconds left to go in the half. Second down and 4. Out of the shotgun. Wilson has it, scrambling right away from the rush and just simply throws it away. Travis Jones was not going to let him run it up the field, and he was shadowing him step for step. So Russell Wilson, knowing discretion is the better part of valor, throws it out of bounds, and he'll face a 3rd down and 4 now with 41 seconds left to go here in the half.
Playbook is still open, 1 timeout left.
Pittsburgh 1 for 3 on 3rd down here tonight.
Jalen Warren territory here if you can get him isolated on a linebacker.
Out of the shotgun, Wilson looks right, throws right. That is going to be complete. Out across the 50-yard line, a sprawling catch by Pat Freiermuth for the first down. First catch of the ball game for Freiermuth, Pittsburgh's leading receiver. 25 seconds left in the half. Back to work goes Wilson. Out of the shotgun, finds Warren. Dump down pass to the 40. Breaks a tackle at that 40-yard line. And down to the 35 for another Pittsburgh first down. And the Steelers are going to use that final timeout after a 13-yard pickup with 16 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Really solid drive, right? Just a lot of checkdowns, short stuff. That time Warren makes Marlon Humphrey miss in the open field. Just a really smart drive, I think, by the Steelers.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for the National Football League.
Find out what channel your team is playing on by going to SiriusXM.com/sports.
Alongside my buddy Mike Mayock, Scott Graham here in Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. 17-7, the Ravens on top of the Steelers. Pittsburgh has the ball now, the 35-yard line of Baltimore with 17 seconds. They put one more second back on the clock, but no timeouts. And the guy who's been the best in the league this year on field goals of 50 yards or better, or field goals at all, Chris Bosworth, is within range right now, but they'd have to be able to stop the clock. Warren in the backfield. Sidecar right of Wilson working out of the shotgun. Two receivers left side, two receivers right. Wilson takes the shotgun snap. He's going to run it straight up the middle of the field and duck down in the middle of the field as he takes his seat, knocked down by Roquan Smith. And they'll get up quickly and try to spike it. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, and they clock it with 5 seconds left to go in the half. That was position, right?
That was about middle of the field and about picking up an extra 4 or 5 yards. The thing that scared me was a bunch of the Pittsburgh field goal teams started running on the field when the offense was staying on the field to spike it. There's got to be better coordination.
Boswell has 38 field goals this year. He's made 82% of his career field goal attempts of 50 yards or more. This is a 51-yarder. It's down, it's up, it's got the distance, and it is good.
Good kick.
Chris Boswell drills it on the final play of the first half, and the Steelers get 3 points back. They will go to the locker room trailing this one by 7. Interesting first half, maybe a little bit more offensively than we expected to see from both sides, but lo and behold, they're separated by 1 score.
I thought it was a solid first half. That really the difference in it was the Russell Wilson fumble, where upon Baltimore went 94 yards for a touchdown.
So that is the end of the first half of play with our score. Baltimore 17, Pittsburgh 10. John Stashauer rejoins us from the Progressive Insurance Studios with a halftime report. Protect the stuff you love with Renters Insurance. Visit Progressive.com. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Tiger is back! Tiger Woods is returning to the golf course with his son Charlie in the PNC Championship.
The Eagle has landed! A big fist pump for the big Tiger!
Hear all the coverage right now on PGA Tour Radio.
His golf swing, in my opinion, is as good as it's ever been. I've never seen it cleaner. I've never seen it easier on his body, ever.
Your home for golf is PGA Tour Radio. Channel 92 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Dashing through the field on Channel 88. Catch the Sunday Drive. Playoffs on the way.
This is Steve Torrey. Happy holidays. As you wrap the presents, make sure you join Bill Leckus and me for the Sunday Drive at noon Eastern for live listen-ins, guests, fantasy analysis, and playoff scenarios around the National Football League.
Touchdown!
It's the Sunday Drive on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
Hey everybody, it's Conan O'Brien, and guess what? I've got my own channel, Conan O'Brien Radio, here on SiriusXM. Tune in to channel 104 for exclusive interviews with your favorite celebrities, hilarious moments from all my TV shows, showcasing some of the most absurd and hilarious moments from my decades on television, and episodes from Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend podcast and Andy Richter's weekly call-in show. Don't miss out. Conan O'Brien Radio, Channel 104, or anytime on the Sirius XM app.
Deck the halls
with boughs of holly.
With a channel featuring generation after generation of country stars.
'Tis the season to be jolly.
And their heartfelt holiday sounds.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
From back then to right now.
It's officially Christmas.
Country Christmas, now through December 25th on Channel 58 and on the Sirius XM app.
Welcome to the NFL Halftime Report on Westwood One, sponsored by Wendy's. Wendy's new Salted Caramel Frosty is the only treat you'll want this season. The iconic Frosty with a salted caramel twist. Gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only at participating locations. Naturally flavored. Once again, here's your host, John Stashower.
Halftime in Baltimore. The Ravens trying to move into a tie for first in the AFC North. The Steelers trying to clinch the division. Baltimore leads 17-10. Game one of our Saturday AFC doubleheader was in Kansas City with all eyes, especially early on. The right ankle of Patrick Mahomes, heard it last week, had to leave that game, limped off, but was a full participant in practice. And Mahomes, on the Chiefs' first possession, had a 12-yard run, and then he ran it again.
Mahomes in the gun with Hunt to his right. Three receivers left, single man right. Shotgun snap. Mahomes back to pass. Looking, moving to his left. Steps up in the pocket. Escapes an ankle tackle. Runs across the 10. Inside the 5. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes with a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have taken the early lead. I'd say that ankle is just fine for Patrick Mahomes.
Ryan Radke calling it here on Westwood One. Houston would lead briefly in the second quarter. A C.J. Stroud TD pass, but the Chiefs responded. 82-yard drive. Kareem Hunt scored. They led 17-10 at the half. Stroud threw another TD pass. It was 30 yards to Tank Dell, who collided with a teammate in the end zone. A serious knee injury. They missed the point after. The Chiefs still led by 1. They had an 80-yard drive. Mahomes threw a TD pass to Xavier Worthy. Both teams kicked field goals in the fourth quarter. Kansas City won 27-19, and Mahomes was asked later about testing the ankle right away.
My plan was to not run, and then I ended up running the first drive. You got to play ball at the end of the day, and that's a good football team. It's going to take everything, and we were able to go out there and win. And now we move on to another great football team, and we want to try to fight to get that number 1 seed so we can be playing here at Arrowhead. But it's going to take our best football every single week.
14-1. That matches the best start in club history. That was the 2020 Chiefs team that ended up losing the Super Bowl to Tampa Bay. They are 20-1 since a loss on Christmas of last year, and as Mahomes talked about, one more win secures them the 1 seed, and they play in Pittsburgh on Wednesday. You'll hear that game on Westwood One. Houston drops to 9-6, and starting 5-1, they're just 4-5. They have already wrapped up the AFC South, and they're back playing on Wednesday as well, as they will host Baltimore. Speaking of the Ravens, they lead the Steelers at halftime 17-10. More to come. Stay with us. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Tis the season to be jamming, with the channel stuffed full of holiday hip-hop and R&B from the 90s to now. Take your gift wrapping to a whole new level. Jingle Jams, one of dozens of holiday channels available anytime in the SiriusXM app.
Every NFL game is on SiriusXM. Tomorrow at 4:05 p.m. Eastern, the Minnesota Vikings battle the Seattle Seahawks. Catch the Vikings on Sirius 138 XM 381 or the Seahawks on Sirius 81 XM 226. Then at 4:25 p.m. Eastern, the 49ers take on the Dolphins. Listen to the 49ers on Sirius 160 XM 383 or the Dolphins on Sirius 83 XM 228 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
Don't miss a feast of festive football on Sirius XM FC. Ho, ho, ho. From the drama of the Premier League.
Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
To the excitement of Serie A.
What a start for Inter.
Enjoy your holiday season with the gift of live soccer.
Stupendously magnificent.
magnificent!
Courtesy of Sirius XM FC, channel 157 in the car, and the Sirius XM app. Head to SiriusXM.com/soccer schedule for all the match listings.
Touchdown!
Throughout the 2024 season, each NFL team channel on the Sirius XM app will feature the team's pre- and post-game shows before and after every game.
What's given me confidence is how they've responded to adversity.
Get instant reaction, live interviews, and press conference audio. Now your favorite team's broadcast includes their pre- and post-game shows all season long on the Sirius XM app. All 32 team channels are also available in vehicles equipped with Sirius XM 360L radios.
Welcome back to the NFL on Westwood One for the Progressive Insurance Studios. I'm John Stashower. Looking for a career path with flexibility and great pay and benefits? Go to progressive.com/careers. Apply online today. Our score at the half: Baltimore leading Pittsburgh 17-10. Another close game between the Ravens and Steelers. Among the games tomorrow, the three NFC teams that are 12-2 are all on the road. Philadelphia brings its 10-game win streak to Washington. The Eagles can clinch the NFC East. The Vikings bring their 7-game win streak to Seattle. That's a big game for the Seahawks, who are tied for first in the West with the Rams, who have the Jets tomorrow. The banged-up Lions coming off that loss to Buffalo, playing in Chicago. Sunday Night Football tomorrow night. It's on Westwood One. It's Tampa Bay at Dallas. The Cowboys coach is Mike McCarthy.
Good football team. I mean, talented. Really like the roster. I mean, all the way through offense, defense, and special teams. This is a big challenge. You know, it's a team you definitely prefer to play as a division opponent, but when you play these teams, once a year, or once every couple of years, it just makes your week, the week of preparation, a little more challenging.
Cowboys just 1-6 at home, beating only the Giants. Jerry Jones saying this week that don't necessarily mean Mike McCarthy's not back next season. Meanwhile, the Bucs, since a 4-game losing streak, have won their last 4, and they now lead the Falcons by 1 in the NFC South. The Falcons, who did get a win last week, but did bench Kirk Cousins. It's Michael Penix Jr. getting to start, the rookie, tomorrow against the Giants. But tomorrow night, Sunday Night Football, Bucs and Cowboys. Ryan Radke, Mike Golick calling all the action. Scott Graham hosts NFL Sunday starting at 7:30 Eastern. Most of these same stations. Log on, WestwoodOneSports.com. You can listen to the live stream for free. If it's the NFL, it's on Westwood One. It's really all about the NFC tomorrow because the AFC teams have all played. We had the Broncos and Chargers on Thursday. We got the 4 playoff bound, or presumably playoff bound. Baltimore can clinch today. AFC teams playing today, and of course they're all coming back on Wednesday. The only AFC playoff team that will be playing tomorrow is Buffalo. Should have an easy one tomorrow against New England. The NFL Halftime Report on Westwood One has been sponsored by Wendy's. Wendy's new Salted Caramel Frosty is the only treat you'll want this season. The iconic Frosty with a salted caramel twist. Gotta be Wendy's. Limited time only at participating Wendy's. Naturally flavored. Coming up, we're heading back to Baltimore. We'll rejoin Scott Graham and Mike Mayock for second half action with the Ravens leading the Steelers right now 17-10. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood.
Football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown, and he throws a block, and his teammate scores instead. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Back in Baltimore for this late season matchup between a pair of rivals with a lot on the line. We are at halftime with Baltimore leading Pittsburgh by a score of 17-10. Reminder, the stakes in this game, if the Steelers were to win it, they would be division champions. If Baltimore wins it, they punch their tickets to the playoffs. And then We'll see over the last 2 weeks who ends up winning the division, as these teams would be tied. But Pittsburgh has the tiebreaker tonight, even if Baltimore does win this game. Let's check the halftime stats, sponsored by Indeed. Looking for quality candidates this year? Look no further than Indeed. Indeed's video interview tool takes the hassle out of virtual hiring. Visit Indeed.com/credit. In that first half, Derrick Henry ran for 13 carries and 75 yards, averaging 5.8 per carry. Lamar Jackson, 8 out of 15 for 89 yards, but two of those 8 completions were for touchdowns. On the other side, Russell Wilson was 12 out of 16, very efficient for 110 yards and a touchdown, but it was also his fumble at the Baltimore 4-yard line that kind of changed the entire complexion and momentum of this game. Steelers had that first touchdown drive. They were on their way. It appeared in once again, and Mike, that tackle and that fumble, in a lot of ways, you felt it at the time that it was going to be big. It changed a lot.
Yeah, the bottom line is I think Russell Wilson felt like he was going to get in the end zone. He went with the extra effort. Ardarius Washington with a big hit on the 4-yard line. And then 8 plays and 96 yards later, and it's a 10 to 14 point swing. Although, Scott, I give Pittsburgh some credit on that final drive. Get the ball down the field, kick a field goal, and they get the ball back here to start the second half.
Was it 2 for 1 for the Steelers after Justin Tucker hit a field goal of 50-plus yards? Chris Boswell returned the favor, and now it will be Pittsburgh ball first. Steelers are doing it once again, this time without George Pickens. That's 3 in a row now that he has missed with a hamstring strain. And we talk about the differences in the numbers. His ability as a playmaker, his ability with speed, his ability to stretch the field. Sometimes you overemphasize how important one guy is to an offense, but what he does, not just in catching the ball, but what you have to account for, changes what the Steelers can do.
Yeah, even where you're positioning safeties to help over top. Talking about a guy that averages just about 16 yards a catch, you've got to account for him on every snap, and they don't have a dude on offense right now that's dynamic enough to make big plays.
Time for the second half kickoff, sponsored by Boot Barn. Boot Barn celebrates the values of honesty, hard work, ingenuity, and perseverance, proudly offering a piece of the American spirit. Boot Barn, keep west. Justin Tucker, it's not Justin Tucker, check that, it's Jordan Stout handling the kickoff duties, and he boots one right through the back of the end zone into the wind. Stout first handled kickoffs last week against the Giants, got 2 of them into the end zone, and he pounds that one right through the wind. Pittsburgh will begin with a touchback. Steelers bring it out from their own 30-yard line. This is the Steelers' quarter. They've only given up 19 third-quarter points all year, outscoring the opposition 90-19. Najee Harris still on the bench. Jaylen Warren comes out of the huddle as the running back on 1st and 10.
Skoranek in there also.
Out of the shotgun, a pitch to Warren, running left, cut back right, nowhere to go. Kyle Hamilton straight downhill, stops him at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
That's the guy I've been waiting to hear from on this defense, Kyle Hamilton. And I was down on the field a couple hours before the game talking to some of the Raven people, and they couldn't stop gushing about Hamilton. In the box, in free safety, wherever, he's a playmaker.
Man in motion to the near side. Play action. Russell Wilson spins right. Still moving right. Throws incomplete. Far side of the field, trying to get it to Van Jefferson. Was well covered by Brandon Stevens. And it's now quickly 3rd down and 10 for Pittsburgh.
Really good coverage all the way across the field on a shallow crossing route. Van Jefferson at about 5 or 6 yards had inside leverage, but Brandon Stevens closed the gap quickly and gave Russell Wilson nowhere to throw it.
You're the Baltimore defense right now. You very badly want a 3 and out with not a lot of time off the clock. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left on 3rd down and 10. Wilson out of the shotgun. Blitz is coming. He runs away from it, throws, and that's going to be caught, I believe, out across the 35-yard line to the 36. It is short of 1st down yardage. Van Jefferson hauled it in. I think there was a question about whether or not that ball actually hit the ground, but apparently there was none. A completed pass but short of the first down, and Pittsburgh's going to bring the punting unit out.
Yeah, Hamilton blitzed and forced Russell Wilson out of the pocket. The ball was low, caught by Jefferson, but at least 3 to 4 yards short of a first down.
Now Waitman's punt. Toward the far side of the field, Desmond King watching it take a bounce, and he's going to let it go by at the 15-yard line. It rolls all the way down inside the 10 and is down by the Steelers at the Baltimore 8. 55 yards on the punt, no return, and that's where Baltimore will begin their first drive of the second half. 13:45 to go here in the third. It's Baltimore 17, Pittsburgh 10. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Hear that? Holiday spirit is soaring on the SiriusXM app. With exclusive seasonal specials from Jimmy Fallon.
Thank you so much for listening. I love this time of year.
Christmas Queen, Mariah Carey. Every Monday, deck the halls with a little bit of me. Pentatonics and more. That's Christmas. Plus over 20 pop-up holiday channels full of endless cheer. Just search Holiday to feel the joy on the SiriusXM app.
The biggest college football games are on Sirius XM.
That was one of the craziest college football games I've seen.
Hear every game of the college football playoff and more than 40 bowl games.
That was a great move. They just juked him out of his shorts.
Get the channel number for your school's broadcast at SiriusXM.com/college football schedule.
Still on his feet, and he's into the end zone.
Or search college football on the Sirius XM app. And for expert analysis, check out College Sports Radio, Channel 84.
From Brad Summer to high-level hip-hop beef.
They not like us. They not like us.
Your fans are rejoicing, thinking this is my expiration. Relive the songs and stories that define 2024 on the SiriusXM app with exclusive countdowns of the year's best tracks from your favorite channels. Plus the biggest moments in sports, comedy, and beyond.
Touchdown, Detroit Lions!
Just search 2024 on the app to start the look back.
Big breakthroughs, colossal collaborations, and stars that went supernova. We'll run back tracks from channels across Sirius XM, but only one will take the top spot.
They not like us.
The Galaxy 50 Countdown. Hosted by 2024 breakout star, Shabuzi. Hear it now, only in the Sirius XM app.
The free GoodRx app. Alongside Mike Mayock, Scott Graham here in Baltimore, 17-10. Ravens on top of the Steelers, and Baltimore will take their first possession of the second half as they begin from their own 8-yard line. They're comfortable this way. A 96-yard drive earlier in this game.
Yeah, typically you see a whole lot of 22 when they're backed up like this.
Joey Porter Jr. is back on the field for the Steelers. First down at 10, working out of the shotgun. Lamar Jackson hands it off, and pounding straight through the middle is Derrick Henry across the 15-yard line. And he is out near the 20. T.J. Watt with the tackle, but not before a Baltimore first down.
Really good job. They press the front side, the left side behind Ronnie Stanley, and then as the linebackers react with him, he cuts it all the way back behind the center, Linderbaum, for a really good gain. That's just classic downhill Derrick Henry.
Formation is tight. Henry in the backfield. Flowers in motion to the far side. Give to Henry again, and now you've got whistles and a flag at the snap of the football.
False start. Offense number 79. 5-yard penalty. Go first down.
Ronnie Stanley gets called for the false start, and that'll back the Ravens up. Penalties have not been as big a part of this game as they have been for the Ravens, just their second, but they are the most penalized team in the National Football League.
And it killed them week 11 in this matchup. They had 12 penalties. Had a bunch last week, 12 also against the Giants.
Giants probably don't score in that game without Baltimore penalties. First down at 15 out of the shotgun. Jackson, quick throw near side. It's caught by Henry, shedding a man at the 20, and he gets all the way out to the 25. That's just putting a big man out in space, and an 11-yard gain as Derrick Henry does damage in the passing game.
I mean, I don't mean to laugh. The guy trying to tackle him from the inside was a Landon Roberts, who's a really good football player, but he's a linebacker, and he's 6'1", 236. He's tackling a running back that's got like 12 to 15 pounds minimum on him and a lot faster.
He tossed him aside like a bad habit. Now it is going to be Jackson holding up on his own, and he's going to take the ball out across the 30-yard line. That's going to be good for a first down. It was hard from our angle to see, and Lamar did a good job of keeping the ball on a read option and picking up another Baltimore first down.
When he was at his pro day coming out of Louisville, I was there covering it for NFL Network, and he refused to run a 40-yard dash, talking about Lamar Jackson. And when I interviewed him and asked him why, it was because too many NFL people wanted him to be a running back or a wideout, and he wanted them to focus on him being a quarterback.
He's back to throw, finds Andrews left side, breaking a tackle, couldn't quite get out of it. Porter hit him, and Andrews had a lot of room to run, and he'd been able to keep his feet, but he goes down at the 35-yard line.
And if you go back and you kind of think, when he got drafted that year, Baltimore traded up at the end of the first round and took him, right? This guy's a two-time MVP and perhaps a three-time after this year, yet he lasted to the last pick of the first round. Why? Because people thought he might be a wideout or a running back, and he's gotten better every year with pocket awareness and accuracy.
On second down, the handoff, and off on the left side, maybe out very close to first down yardage, but not quite there. Isaiah Loudermilk makes the tackle. And once again, it was Derrick Henry showing that hard running style off the left side. So now they've got a third down and short, and Henry's hit in the backfield.
Yep.
How about that? We haven't seen that throughout this game. But the Steelers, on a quick snap, get into the backfield. And Landon Roberts, the very guy that Henry threw off a few moments ago, just stopped him short. That's going to bring on the punting unit for Baltimore.
Really good job by Roberts. He's a guy I tried to trade for back in 2019 or 20. I think he's one of the better linebackers in the league against the run. He can get exposed a little bit in pass routes, but really good downhill tackle against a big back.
Calvin Austin waiting to receive the punt back at his own 15-yard line. Jordan Stout, the punter, is going to let it go from about his 25. And that ball is almost blocked. A line drive kick and a fair catch made by Calvin Austin. He believes he got clipped by the Raven running by, but no flag for fair catch interference. And Pittsburgh will take over from their own 13-yard line when we come back. Each team's had a possession here in the second half. So far, no blood. Baltimore 17, Pittsburgh 10. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood 1.
He's coming. Here we go. Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for a new one out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey, football fans. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age and older. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Guys, it's finally here. Wendy's new salted caramel frosty. It's cold, salted, yet perfectly sweet, delicious, and it's at the top of Santa's Christmas list. What? Santa has a list too, you know. And he's a huge salted caramel frosty fan. Probably why he's so jolly all the time. The iconic frosty with a salted caramel twist? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Salted caramel frosty flavored with other natural flavors.
Scott Graham and Mike Mayock here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Baltimore. Huddle up with Grainger to get more done. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Call, click Grainger.com, or stop by one of over 250 branch locations. 9:52 to go here in the third quarter. Baltimore leading Pittsburgh 17-10. A Steelers win means they wrap up the division title. A Ravens win means they wrap up a playoff spot. And the two teams are tied by record, with the Steelers holding a tiebreaker for the top spot. And they are on that same wild ride in which they will both play in what feels like about 5 minutes on Christmas Day.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of 3 games in 11 days for any NFL team.
Najee Harris back in the ball game now. On first down and 10, they're calling it the 12-yard line. Wilson working from under center. Turns, play action fake, looking deep down the field. He is firing down the right sideline. It's well covered, and that ball is caught. Oh my goodness, he caught it. What a catch by Calvin Austin on the far sideline inside the Baltimore 45-yard line.
I think they're going to run up to and try and snap it quickly, because this is right on the sideline. Nate Wiggins had some pretty good coverage.
I don't know that that's a catch.
I think it is.
I have not seen a challenge flag, and they get the playoff, so there will be no challenge. Najee Harris takes the handoff and works right side, spinning his way down to the 40-yard line after a pickup of 4.
2 things, Scott. That was really good job getting the ball snapped, but Austin did an amazing job of turning all the way around, catching it against the sideline, and dragging the second toe.
That's an unbelievable catch.
It is. And Calvin Austin had 5 catches last week on 5 targets. He's the guy that's kind of come on in this pass offense without Pickens.
Second down and 6 on the 40-yard line. The give to Harris, trying right side, trying to get to the corner, and he can't. He's knocked out by Marlon Humphrey and Roquan Smith before he can get a whole lot of momentum trying to turn that corner. Dropped at the 40.
I think you could make the argument. I've watched a bunch of this Baltimore tape. I think you could make the argument that Marlon Humphrey may be the most valuable player on this defense. He's playing nickel for them. He's a former outside corner that could still start at corner for them. He can play safety. He tackles. He covers. He plays inside. He plays outside. He's really a good football player.
Spread offense in an empty backfield. Now Warren joins Russell Wilson in the backfield on third down. And before the snap of the football, we have got a whistle and a timeout called for. I'm not sure that it had anything to do with the play. Marlon Humphrey is down on one knee.
Yeah, exactly.
Was tending to something with his left eye. He's reaching there with his white gloved hand. And now he's walking off.
He's the one that made the hit, the tackle on the previous play. And they're working on him on the sidelines. To your point, they're trying to get something out of his eye, Scott.
He basically went down to one knee as the Steelers came to the line.
And, yep.
Realizing he couldn't see, apparently, out of that left eye.
Yeah, that's not a good thing for a defensive back.
2-time Pro Bowler now off on the sideline for this play. Third down and 6 on the 40-yard line. Steelers trailing the Ravens 17-10 with 8 minutes and counting left to go here in the third quarter. Cordero Patterson in the backfield for the first time today. Now he'll come to the near side in motion, split out to the left. Empty backfield for Wilson working out of the shotgun. Ravens showing blitz. Here it comes. It's picked up. Wilson throws, caught. First down yardage. Once again, Calvin Austin hauling it in inside the 25-yard line of the Ravens.
Man coverage. Austin won. Took him outside, right back inside on a quick slant. Really good job against Brandon Stevens, and you can see the quickness with Calvin Austin. That's why he was such a premier punt returner coming out of college at Memphis. So quick.
Right on the edge of the red zone now for the Steelers at the 24-yard line. First down and 10. Najee Harris checks back in. Off to the right of Russell Wilson. He'll take the handoff. And he tries the left side. keeps his footing, bouncing off a couple of tacklers, and he's going to carry them all the way down to the 15-yard line. That's a 9-yard pickup on a play that looked like it was going nowhere.
Yeah, they were around his ankles at the line of scrimmage. He ran through the ankle tackles and then just pushed the pocket for 9 yards.
Steelers touchdowns on just 45.8% of their red zone opportunities, next to last in the National Football League. They are in the red zone now. They've got a 2nd down and 1 for the Baltimore 15. Warren in the backfield. Russell Wilson operates from under center. Pitches back to Warren. Cut back running left side. He'll have a first down as he gets it down to the 11. Roquan Smith wrote him down, but there's a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh on a strong drive now, deep into Baltimore territory, down by 7.
You just have this inexorable feeling that the game's going to come down to one play at the end of the game. They just grind each other.
Pitch to the outside, and Warren is going to be thrown down for no gain. He had nowhere to go to the outside. Matabike got there and threw him to the turf. Might have even almost lost a half a yard, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, from the backside, Matabike with penetration. He's so quick and explosive.
Delayed reaction, but not many people can just drop inexorable into a sentence and make it sound like they're not showing off. And you just did it.
Inexplicably, but I can't even pronounce that one.
At BC Education, I'm telling you.
Hello.
2nd down, they'll call it 11 from the 12-yard line. Wilson gets the snap, floats one toward the end zone, and is caught for a touchdown. Cordero Patterson caught it, lost it while he was on his back, and hauled it back in again. And the Pittsburgh Steelers march down and put one in. They're an extra point away from tying this up with 5:14 left to go here in the 3rd.
It ain't pretty, but it's always effective with Pittsburgh. It's man coverage, Malik Harrison on the running back, Cordero Patterson. And don't forget, when Patterson came in the league, he was a wide receiver and a kick returner. Harrison did a great job trying to get his hands up through and split and rip it out, which he did. But to your point, on his back in the end zone, somehow he recovered it. That's a heck of a play.
Boswell for the extra point. It is up, and it is good.
Wow.
These two teams going back and forth with one another, and now with just over 20 minutes to go, we are all tied again. Pittsburgh 17, Baltimore 17. 5:14 to go in the 3rd. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Doug. Limu wanted me to tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. He says because we all like to save a buck. No, okay, he said with the extra cash you can lease a new truck. Wait, he said he went to middle school with geese and ducks? Actually, I think Limu just said squawk.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
'Tis the season for the race to the playoffs on NFL Sunday Ticket. Now for just $49, you can spend your holidays with the Bears and Texans and Falcons and Vikings. All in your living room. Well, not literally. It's a metaphor. Get NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV, now just $49. Sign up at youtube.com/NFLST. Current prorated price. New users only. Terms and embargoes apply. No cancellations. Content restrictions apply.
I love spreading joy with gifts this time of year, but I try not to spread my budget too thin. Luckily, Kohl's has come through for me once again. I just went and used a 25% off coupon to score so many great gifts under $20, like cozy pajamas and fleece, amazing gift sets, and beauty must-haves. So if you're looking to give more for less this season, get to Kohl's. Select styles. Offers end December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
The Jeep Wrap-Up the Year sales event is here. Now get great deals on vehicles winter is no match for. And right now, get $500 holiday bonus cash allowance on 2024 and 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4x4 models. Or get $500 holiday bonus cash allowance on Jeep Wrangler and Jeep Gladiator. For great comfort, capability, and adventure, plus a holiday bonus cash allowance, don't miss the Jeep Wrap-Up the Year sales event. Hurry in today. Contact dealer for details. Must take retail delivery by January 2nd. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Let's check the drive summary, sponsored by Viasat. Score big with Viasat satellite internet, no matter where you live. Viasat.com/home internet. That's Viasat.com/home internet. 8 plays, 88 yards, 4:38 off the clock. And as big a turning point as Russell Wilson's fumble was in the first half of this game, that 44-yard catch by Calvin Austin was the spark that lit up that Pittsburgh drive, Mike.
I can't tell you. I mean, Calvin Austin was kind of thought of as a gadget guy for several years. He's been forced to take a more prominent role, and it seems like every time they throw him the football, he answers the call.
Boswell's kickoff is over toward the corner of the end zone. It goes out of bounds. Oh, my goodness. He was trying to plant one down by the corner and hooked it, and that is going to give a huge gift to the Baltimore Ravens. That's just not the kind of mistake you normally expect to see Chris Boswell make.
We talk about turnovers and penalties, and so far, let's face it, Pittsburgh's -1 in turnover differential. And from a penalty perspective, they've got 4 to Pittsburgh's 2.
Well, that penalty means that Baltimore is going to start this possession at their own 40-yard line. First down and 10 with 5:14 left to go here in the third quarter in a tie ball game.
That's a big deal. That is a big deal.
Derrick Henry joins Lamar Jackson in the Baltimore backfield. Shotgun snap. Jackson's got time. Jackson throwing complete. Has Andrews at the 50. Into Pittsburgh territory on the far sideline. He's taken out of bounds at the 45. 16 yards on the hookup for Lamar Jackson to his tight end, Mark Andrews.
Yeah, and he had to get physical with Patrick Queen, his old teammate, running a deep over route. Queen contacted him, and he had to run through the contact to create separation at the top of the route, and then Lamar Jackson did the rest. Just dropped it in the hole. It was a beautiful throw.
Henry in the backfield once again on first down and 10 for the 45. And Lamar's going to keep it himself with a blocker in front of him. What a great play by Minka Fitzpatrick to shed the block of Isaiah Likely. And he takes Lamar Jackson down at the 41-yard line. That had trouble for Pittsburgh written all over it.
Scotty, you couldn't have said it better, and there are very few safeties in this league could have done what you just explained. Getting off the block of a big tight end and making a one-on-one tackle on Lamar Jackson in the open field. Great play.
It was a gain of 3, second down and 7. Jackson's got 2 receivers split to the far side. Henry in the backfield with him. Now he's sending a man in motion. That's Likely. Shotgun snap. Throw down the middle. It's complete. All by his lonesome was Zay Flowers, who makes the sprawling catch at the Pittsburgh 27-yard line in the middle of the field for another Baltimore first down.
Flowers got a lot of catches in the middle of the field, mostly on deep in routes. That's his 4th catch of the day. That time against zone. The first few were against man-to-man. He's becoming one of the better wideouts in the league.
He had 4 100-yard games in a 5-week span earlier in the season. He's in motion now on first down and 10. The lone setback is Derrick Henry. Flowers in motion to the near side. Play action. They throw back behind on a screen. It's a setup play to the 25 to the 20. Down inside the 15-yard line. And all the way down to the 10 was Derrick Henry. He was in the backfield. He leaked out a throwback screen. And that is a Baltimore first down in the red zone at the Pittsburgh 11-yard line.
Offensive coordinator Todd Monken does some creative things, especially with motion and shifts. That time Zay Flowers went in motion 2 different times, and they threw screen back away from him. So the eye candy took you with Zay Flowers, then they throw back screen to Henry, and he made T.J. Watt miss at the line of scrimmage.
Shotgun snap. Lamar's going to run it himself off the left side, bouncing off a tackle and working his way down to the 7-yard line. He'll pick up 4. Patrick Queen, his old teammate, knocks him down.
That's his 6th carry of the day. And I'll tell you what, as the game gets later and we get into the red zone, if you're Pittsburgh, you better be real careful about eye discipline. You cannot let Lamar get loose.
I'll tell you what, with these two teams, this is almost has a feel of a track meet right now. 17-17, but Baltimore trying to go in on second down and goal. From the 6, shotgun snap. Lamar Jackson throws, end zone, touchdown! A juggling catch by Mark Andrews in the back of the end zone. The third touchdown pass for Lamar Jackson in the ballgame. And that quickly the Ravens jump back on top. It's 23-17 with 1:50 left to go here in the third.
A little more offense than you thought, huh, Scotty boy? This time, this is Mark Andrews, who made it a little more difficult than he needed to in the back of the end zone. Wide open. Lamar put it right between the 8 and 9. He juggled it for a second and then just kind of stepped out of the back of the end zone. What a great drive by Baltimore.
Justin Tucker without a miss tonight, including a 50-plus yard field goal. Extra point, snap, spot, kick, and it is good. The penalty in the short field sets Baltimore up for a 60-yard drive. Lamar Jackson's 37th touchdown pass of the year, a franchise record. 1:50 to go here in the third quarter. Baltimore 24, Pittsburgh 17. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney or if I look like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare without me being an attorney. And I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call, and you will not talk to an attorney. And I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-646-5959. 800-646-5959. 800-646-5959.
This holiday season, visit Boot Barn for top quality gifts that pay tribute to the lasting heritage of the West. From handcrafted cowboy boots and American-made felt hats to hand-stitched leather jackets, our in-store experts will help guide you as you shop, assisting with boot fitting and providing complimentary hat shaping. This holiday, share a piece of the American spirit. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
Next Saturday, it's an NFL triple header starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Watch the Chargers and Patriots, Broncos and Bengals, and Cardinals and Rams back to back to back. All-day football only on NFL Network. Well, not only, you can also hear each of those games right here on Westwood One at WestwoodOneSports.com. And I will be there to guide you through all three.
Scott, as far as Sherpas go, you're at the top of the list, brother.
1:50 to go here in the third quarter. Lamar Jackson was 4 for 4 on that drive for 51 yards and his 37th touchdown pass of the year, breaking his own franchise record. That puts Baltimore back in front now, 24-17. Ravens trying to wrap up a playoff spot and forge a tie in the AFC North. We were talking about it away at the break. That looked like a just flat blown coverage on that touchdown pass. Nobody went with Mark Andrews.
Oh, it was Minka Fitzpatrick and Cam Sutton both went with a different guy and left Andrews all by himself.
Warren fields the kickoff of the 5-yard line, coming near side to the 25, to the 30, out across the 35-yard line, and bounces off a tackle with a good return. It's going to give good field position out near the 38 for the Steelers to begin the drive. Short kick into the wind, and Warren just made him pay for it.
Yeah, I think Russell Wilson's been really efficient tonight. You talk about trying to score points without any kind of dynamic players around you. He's 16 for 21, 188 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
He did have that key fumble that he lost.
Exactly right.
On the Baltimore 4-yard line as he was trying to get into the end zone. So he's 1st and 10 now from his own 38. Play action fake. Wilson setting up a screen, and Najee Harris dropped it. He had some blocking in front of him, but Kyle Hamilton was breaking through that. Would have been interesting to see where it went. But Harris forgot the football, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, I think Arthur Smith is their offensive coordinator, right, who's the former head coach in Atlanta. Spent a lot of years in Tennessee where they had to manufacture offense. And I think he does a nice job here with running the ball and play action. Gives Russell an opportunity to make some decisions off the play action.
Under center, takes the snap, drops back and throws. That's complete. Williams has it. Out across the 50-yard line and into Baltimore territory with a first down at the Raven 49. Second catch for Mike Williams and a pickup of 13 yards.
No huddle again, tempo.
They've done best in that mode tonight.
I think Russell's really comfortable with that, to be honest with you.
Harris back in the game. He'll take the pitch, cut back running, and he is stopped just past the line of scrimmage. Travis Jones got him going by, and he tumbles down at the 47-yard line for a 2-yard pickup.
I think this Travis Jones, the nose tackle from UConn, is going to end up into a run game force in the NFL. He's already kind of making a name with himself along with Michael Pierce in the middle of that defensive line.
He said that coming up through college, he modeled his game after Fletcher Cox, the former Philadelphia Eagle. Second down and 8 for the Baltimore 47. Ravens lead it by 7. Late moments of the third quarter. Shotgun snap. Here's Wilson dropping back. Nobody open, and he just throws it away deep down the left sideline. He was trying for Freiermuth, who was well covered. He could have potentially checked down to Warren for not much. Instead, he opted to throw it away. By the way, while we were talking, like Joey Porter Jr. went back to the locker room once again for the Steelers. When the Ravens get the ball again, Pittsburgh is going to be without 3 of their defensive starters in the backfield. Warren's in the backfield right now on a 3rd down and 8. Pittsburgh 3 for 6 on 3rd down tonight. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left.
Baltimore's got 7 guys up on the defensive line.
Wilson takes the snap. Here comes the rush. He dumps it down. Warren caught it and then fumbled it and caught it back out of the air again himself. He got it at the 45-yard line. They are now going to say he never fully wrapped the ball up, and it's an incomplete pass.
Great play by Kyle Hamilton. We talked about 7 up on the line of scrimmage. A couple linebackers dropped back. They rushed 5, and Hamilton was in the flat, made a big hit, forced the incompletion.
Well, the Steelers have decided they are going for it. 7 for 14 this year on 4th down. This is no easy ask, but they are just out of field goal range and not in a spot where punting is going to do them much good.
Yeah, I would alert any kind of hard count here by Russell Wilson. You can't afford to jump off sides.
Well, Baltimore was already 1 man down. They just scrambled the 11th man onto the field. And Wilson talking to the official.
They're on the field with the catch recovered by the offensive player. 4th down, we're going to wind the clock.
So it was indeed a catch. I thought it was. He turned, he made a football move, and then Hamilton knocked it free, and Warren did all he could to get back on top of it. 4th down and 8. Wilson, 3 receivers to his right. Mike Williams to his left as he works out of the shotgun. They've got to get it down to the 45-yard line. And now, as time runs out in the quarter, they'll have a little bit more time to think about it. Because that was a completed pass, when they come back, it'll be 4th and 6, not 4th and 8. But we have played 3 quarters here in Baltimore, and it has been a good one. The Ravens 24, the Pittsburgh Steelers 17. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Did you know that...
Hey everybody, it's Conan O'Brien, and guess what? I've got my own channel, Conan O'Brien Radio, here on Sirius XM. Tune in to channel 104 for exclusive interviews with your favorite celebrities, hilarious moments from all my TV shows, showcasing some of the most absurd and hilarious moments from my decades on television, and episodes from Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend podcast and Andy Richter's weekly call-in show. Don't miss out. Conan O'Brien Radio, channel 104, or anytime on the Sirius XM app.
This is Dave
Michael Greco from SiriusXM's Busted Open, and I love pro wrestling. And so do you. And that's why I'm bringing it to you every day on the Busted Open podcast. Join me in a cast of pro wrestling Hall of Famers for reactions, insights, and interviews with the biggest names. Plus, weekly sessions all about their decades of wrestling expertise that we call the Masters Class. Download Busted Open now on the SiriusXM app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Deck the home
with boughs of holly.
With a channel featuring generation after generation of country stars.
'Tis the season to be jolly.
And their heartfelt holiday sounds.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
From back then to right now.
It's officially Christmas.
Country Christmas, now through December 25th on Channel 58 and on the SiriusXM app.
Every NFL game is on SiriusXM. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, the Philadelphia Eagles battle the Washington Commanders. Hear the Eagles broadcast on Sirius 161 XM 384 or the Commanders on Sirius 82 XM 229. Also at 1 p.m. Eastern, the Giants take on the Falcons. Catch the Giants on Sirius 137 XM 380 or the Falcons on Sirius 85 XM 225 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
Don't miss all the NFL excitement on NBC tomorrow night when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers meet the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, you can hear Sunday Night Football each week right here beginning at 7:30 Eastern Time on many of these same stations, the NFL app, or online at westwood1sports.com. We begin the fourth quarter in Baltimore, Ravens by 7, and the Steelers step to the line, showing that they're going for it on 4th and 6 from the Baltimore 45. Empty backfield. Russell Wilson working out of the shotgun. Ravens showing some signs of blitz. Wilson takes the shotgun snap. Has a little bit of time. Now fires deep downfield. Got a man! And it is knocked away at the last moment by a closing Kyle Hamilton. Calvin Austin was briefly open on a post route. Hamilton came over and broke it up. And Baltimore is going to take over at their own 45-yard line.
Wow. 4th and 6, we're thinking, are they actually going to snap it or not? Not only do they snap it, but they take Austin to the post. The ball slightly underthrown. Kyle Hamilton at 6'4" makes up so much ground with those long strides. Clean play on the ball in the deep middle of the field. No way that was pass interference. Just really good play by Kyle Hamilton breaking up a deep post route that was not thrown well.
Mike, he throws that ball to the goal line or the end zone, it's a touchdown.
Well, it's a different conversation anyway. I think Hamilton eats up more ground than people think.
What a talented young man, and he stepped over and just saved things. 7 tackles in the game, forced a fumble, and came up with a big play right there. Baltimore now will try to press their advantage, leading by 7. Good field position as they start from their 45. Derrick Henry back in the game. Takes the handoff. Running left. Lots of room. 50-yard line. Down to the 40. There he goes down the left sideline. Cutting back inside the 20. And he is toppled just inside the 15. Down to the 10. 45 yards on the run for Derrick Henry. And the Ravens are back in business in the red zone on one play.
You know, it's like a body punch for a boxer. You go for it on 4th and 6. You throw a deep incompletion. You're deflated. Your defense comes out on the field. And here comes this big friggin' 260-pound tailback again. Downhill, and he wasn't even touched for 30 yards.
He's now got 134 yards on the night. They ruled him down at the 11, so make that a 44-yard carry. What it also means is it's not first down and goal. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line.
He is a load, man.
7th 100-yard rushing game on the season for Derrick Henry, and he remains in the game. Jackson takes the snap, throws, and it's picked off. And this one could go a long way down the left sideline. Minkah Fitzpatrick changing direction at the 30, and he's out to the 32. Minkah Fitzpatrick with no takeaways last year, a forced fumble but no interceptions this year, comes up with a huge takeaway in the red zone to turn away the Ravens.
And I have no idea where he was throwing that football. It went sidearm, and there was nobody there except 3 white jerseys. It hit Fitzpatrick right in the chest.
Rashad Bateman stopped looking at the replay, but Lamar threw as if he was trying to lead him. What a turn of events. Timeout on the field now with 13:57 to go. Steelers get it back when we come back. Baltimore 24, Pittsburgh 17. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
'Tis the season to be jamming, with the channel stuffed full of holiday hip-hop and R&B from the 90s to now. Take your gift wrapping to a whole new level. Jingle Jams, one of dozens of holiday channels available anytime in the SiriusXM app.
Hey everybody, it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. If you're a racing fan, Dirty Mo Media, they have the ultimate lineup for you, even in the off-season. From NASCAR drivers and crew members to industry insiders, we've got it all. Whether you're tuning in to Herman Schrader, Becoming Earnhardt Season 2, Door Bumper Clear, The Teardown, or even Speed Street for you IndyCar fans, we're covering every angle of motorsports in the off-season. Dirty Mo Media is your home for all things NASCAR now on the SiriusXM app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Don't miss a feast of festive football on Sirius XM FC. Ho, ho, ho. From the drama of the Premier League
Merseyside magic from Mo Salah
to the excitement of Serie A.
What a start for Inter!
Enjoy your holiday season with the gift of live soccer.
Stupendously magnificent!
Courtesy of Sirius XM FC, channel 157 in the car, and the Sirius XM app. Head to SiriusXM.com/soccer schedule for all the match listings.
Hey everybody, it's Conan O'Brien, and guess what? I've got my own channel, Conan O'Brien Radio, here on SiriusXM. Tune in to channel 104 for exclusive interviews with your favorite celebrities, hilarious moments from all my TV shows, showcasing some of the most absurd and hilarious moments from my decades on television, and episodes from Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend podcast and Andy Richter's weekly call-in show. Don't miss out. Conan O'Brien Radio, channel 104, or anytime on the SiriusXM app.
A reminder, you can watch NFL Network and Westwood One announcers Rich Eisen and Kurt Warner tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time on NFL Game Day Morning, only on NFL Network. On a game that has seen momentum twists and turns, we have seen another one. Minka Fitzpatrick, an interception in the red zone. Baltimore turned away and now down by 7. Here come the Steelers. 13:57 to go in the ball game. They take over at their own 33-yard line. Russell Wilson has Najee Harris behind him as the lone setback. Harris takes the handoff, pulling his way through the right side. Not a whole lot of room as Brent Urban lassos him before he can get a head of steam going, but he did pick up 3.
And Scott, just to be fair to Lamar Jackson, and you called it correctly, Rashad Bateman, I just got a chance to see the replay while we were in break, on a crossing route, a rub route, mesh route, whatever you want to call it, he abruptly stopped in the middle of the field. Lamar anticipated him continuing the run and threw it to where Lamar thought he should be. I don't know who's right or wrong, but it's a disconnect between Bateman and Jackson.
On 2nd down and 7, Wilson works under center. Play action, rolls out right, looking to throw, and does it. It's picked off, and it's going back the other way for a score. Marlon Humphrey, an interception for a touchdown. 35 yards on a pick 6. And this one turns on its ear again. The Ravens now lead it 30-17 as Marlon Humphrey gets his 6th interception of the year.
Staple of the Pittsburgh attack is naked bootleg. Rolling out to his right, throws the ball way back behind the intended receiver, Michael Pruitt. It was probably 4 yards behind him. Good coverage, obviously, by Humphrey, and he walks into the end zone.
Credit to David Ojabo, who came in and put the pressure on Wilson. That probably affected that throw. So now it is Justin Tucker for the extra point. Snap, spot, the kick is up, the kick is good, And we've got ourselves a 14-point ball game now as Baltimore's defense turned it right around on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Baltimore 31, Pittsburgh 17 with a timeout on the field. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Hey, pet parents. With Progressive's collision coverage, you get extra protection for your cat or dog. Because there's nothing worse than seeing your pet hurt. Like when you see their face after accidentally stepping on their tail. And you say, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Pickles." But as you kiss his nose and rub his little belly welly, you know Mr. Pickles is thinking, "You betrayed me." Anywho, Progressive pays up to $1,000 in vet bills if your pet is injured in an auto accident. Learn more at Progressive.com and watch where you step. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Collision coverage subject to policy terms. Not available in all states.
Finding quality candidates for your small business is no little league game, but Indeed can help you cover all your hiring bases. Their all-in-one hiring platform has smart tools to help you attract, screen, and hire quality candidates. And they don't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. Nix the hassle. Start hiring. Learn more at Indeed.com/credit to expand your team today.
Happy holidays. 2 NFL Christmas Day games will be live on Netflix December 25th, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. The Kansas City Chiefs take on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Every opportunity you get, you go out and make a play.
Followed by the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans at 4:30 p.m. Eastern.
Lamar's in! Touchdown Ravens!
It's the perfect day to start a new holiday tradition the whole family will enjoy. Watch the NFL Christmas Day games live on Netflix. Sponsored by the NFL.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Westwood One, your home for the National Football League.
This is Max Crosby of the Las Vegas Raiders. Hear me every Monday night on Let's Go at 6 Eastern on Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82.
Alongside Mike Mayock, Scott Graham here in the Grainger broadcast booth in Baltimore. For the ones who get it done, there's Grainger, offering over 1 million industrial-grade products, fast delivery, and free technical support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Well, the Ravens, their first pick 6 in 22 games. The last was against Cleveland last year by Kyle Hamilton. This one from Marlon Humphrey. It doesn't get a whole lot easier on the take to the end zone. And it's 31-17 now. The Ravens with a 2-score lead. And just over 13 minutes left to go in the game.
A lot of Nick Saban's defensive backs making plays here in the fourth quarter. We had Minka Fitzpatrick one series ago, and then all of a sudden, boom, Marlon Humphrey.
Now this is interesting. With the wind, the Ravens are going back to Justin Tucker kicking off. Jordan Stout had been kicking into the wind. Tucker gets into it, bangs it through the back of the end zone, and the Steelers will start out at their own 30-yard line. Really starting from scratch again now, down 2 scores. And for a team that is not built for quick hit, instant offense, this is not an easy task with 13 minutes left.
Well, I go back to 4th and 6. You know, I really do. The 4th and 6 decision, even though it didn't directly impact it, was the start of a chain of events. Incomplete, deep pass, 44-yard run by Derrick Henry, interception, followed by another interception and a pick 6.
First down and 10, Steelers from their 30-yard line. They send a man in motion to the far side. Jalen Warren takes the handoff. Good cut back running across the 35-yard line, still spinning as he gets out across the 40. How about that for an 11-yard run for Jalen Warren, who's been the more effective running back for Pittsburgh tonight. That's a first down.
Yeah, I like what Arthur Smith does with his offense. I think he's used to it from his days in Tennessee. Run the ball, play action, and be patient.
Out of the shotgun, quick snap, and the throw near side for Freiermuth. It's caught. Roquan Smith takes him down after a short gain to the 45-yard line and a pickup of 4. And right back to the line of scrimmage again for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, in the NFL, I mean, you're talking about 12 and a half minutes left in the game. I mean, that's an eternity in this league.
Snap in the hand, and Jalen Warren can't get much as he tries the right side. Once again, the former Michigan Wolverine, David Ajabo, right there for the tackle. Out across the 46, call it the 47. It'll bring up a third down and 4. Well, remember, last week, Steelers know what it's like not to get the ball back in the last 10 minutes.
I'll say 21-play drive by the Eagles.
3rd down and 4. They've got to convert. Blitz is coming from Humphrey. And now Russell Wilson scrambles away from it, throws late. It's caught by Warren for a first down. He just got it in Ravens territory. Assuming he gets the correct spot, Chris Board was trying to throw him back, but he got to the 48-yard line, and that's going to be good enough for a Steeler first down.
Yeah, at age 36, Russell Wilson did a great job navigating the pocket. I mean, he stepped up, he stepped back, and finally completed the ball.
Now he's in trouble as the rush comes in and sacks him. This time he could not get away. Kyle Van Noy gets to Russell Wilson, the 3rd sack of the night for Baltimore.
That's Van Noy's 10th sack of the season. He's got a couple forced fumbles. He's counting them off on his hands right now, letting everybody know he's got 10.
Not only does he have 10, that's his career high. Just crossed his career high in a single season for Kyle Van Noy. So it turns into a 2nd and 14 now for Pittsburgh. Clock ticking, 10:49 to go. Nose of the football on the 48-yard line. Russell Wilson working out of the shotgun. Takes the high snap, and now, as they were snapping quickly, we're going to get some movement on the Steelers.
Ball start. Offense number 77. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Roderick Jones, the right tackle, called for the penalty.
Their tackles struggled last week against the Philly defensive ends. Both Dan Moore and Roderick Jones really it got pushed by Nolan Smith and Josh Sweat.
Crowd making more noise now on 2nd down and 19 for the Steelers. Back on their side of the field. Wilson, empty backfield, takes the shotgun snap, looks out left, throws down the middle, complete to Freiermuth, and he is turned upside down in the middle of the field by Ardarius Washington. The tackle right at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, Washington's 5'8", 180. 3rd-year player from TCU. He probably isn't what you're looking for. You know, what you're looking for to safety is his teammate, Kyle Hamilton. But what Washington does is he can tackle, and he doesn't make mental mistakes.
So Pittsburgh now facing a 3rd and 11, could be 2-down territory with the ball on the 49-yard line. Down by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. Quick throw off the quick snap into the outside. It's Austin, and Austin is buried, trying to get behind a blocker and wiggle his way for some room. He is dropped at the 50 for no gain. Brandon Stevens makes the tackle, and here comes the punting unit for Pittsburgh.
Really aggressive move by corner Brandon Stevens. He cut inside Freiermuth, who had a different defensive player engaged, made the one-on-one tackle on the bubble screen.
Corliss Wakeman will try to bury the Ravens deep in their own territory. Desmond King awaiting the punt. Left-footed kicker gets a high end-over-end punt. King calls for the fair catch and makes it at his own 8-yard line. And that is where Baltimore will take over after a 41-yard punt. All season long, you can stream the NFL on Westwood One for free, sponsored by Pfizer. Hey, football fans, ready for RSV season? Check eligibility and schedule an RSV vaccine at VaxAssist.com. All right, so if you're taking a page out of the Philadelphia Eagles playbook, are you basically trying to run the 9-minute right now? Just, you know, you got the 9-minute drive in your back pocket?
I think for Baltimore at this point, and for Todd Monken, it's a little bit early to get conservative. You know, you're up 14 points. What do you do well anyway? You run the football. You've got Lamar Jackson who can run it. It just can stay within the constraints of your offense, and I think you're fine.
Well, there's the constraints of the offense, and Derrick Henry takes the snap, takes the handoff, I should say, from Lamar Jackson. Doesn't get a whole lot. Back to the line of scrimmage, and not much more. It'll be 2nd down and 10, but the clock is running. It'll cross 9 minutes now left to go in the game.
And I think more than anything, that's what Todd Monken wants, is just to keep the clock running. Obviously, you're nowhere near that 4-minute mark, which changes what kind of offense you're really trying to run.
Out of the shotgun, they give it to Henry again. Across the 10-yard line, he is upended by Pierre up near the 13-yard line after 5 yards. So a third down and manageable 5 to go for the Ravens deep in their own end.
And I think you just said it, manageable. That's what you were looking for off those two runs. 3rd and 4 or 5 right now. This is where Lamar can be really dangerous.
And where he will look for Mark Andrews more often than not, likely is in the game as well. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down and 5 for Lamar Jackson. Takes the shotgun snap. Rush is coming. Throw down right side. Got a man. It's complete. Out across the 40-yard line to the 50. Trying to break a tackle and get away is Flowers. He's inside the Pittsburgh 40 before they finally wrestle him down at the 38-yard line. Zay Flowers ran a go up the right side, and Lamar Jackson put it on him perfectly. 49 yards on the hookup.
It's called a big box fade, and he was the slot receiver, and the receiver inside and outside both ran 5-yard hitches. What does that do? It opens up the whole outside half of the field to the deep fade. There's nobody there but you and the defender. He beat Beanie Bishop deep, and a great throw by Lamar. That was stealing right there.
And that's a 1,000-yard season for Zay Flowers. Handoff on the next play, and it's Derrick Henry straight through the middle, down inside the 35, and down to the 33-yard line, 5 yards on 1st down. Here's a name we haven't mentioned much, T.J. Watt with the tackle.
We mentioned that in the first half that we weren't mentioning it much, and they've done a great job controlling him in the pass game. And in the run game, that whole zone read concept takes a lot of defensive ends out of it.
T.J. Watt had been dealing with that ankle injury from late in the game in Philadelphia last week. There was a question of whether he could play. Then the question becomes, is he effective? Is he T.J. Watt? 2nd down and 5 now from the 33-yard line. And the handoff again to Henry as he pulls his way down inside the 30. Very close to 1st down yardage. Again, it was Watt who got there. I believe he got to the 28. If he did and they give him the right spot, that's a Baltimore 1st down. They did not give him the 28. He's just inside the 29. So it's going to be 3rd down and very short now for the Ravens. Clock continues to move. Coming up on 6 minutes left to go. They're set up for a tush push.
With Mark Andrews at quarterback.
And the tight end playing quarterback pushes it down inside the 28 for the Baltimore 1st down.
And that's the Baltimore version of the Jalen Hurts tush push, but it takes Lamar Jackson out of harm's way.
So now a fresh set of downs in a 14-point game coming up on 5.5 minutes left to go. The Ravens in scoring range again. And Baltimore's got to feel very good about where they are.
Be careful where you say anything in this matchup.
That's true enough. We've seen enough twists and turns.
But I did love that Todd Monken call on the throw to Zay Flowers on that fade route. That was beautiful.
Handoff to Henry, cut back running, middle of the field with a 20-yard line, and bangs his way down inside the 15. They'll mark him down at the 15, but that's going to be a 13-yard pickup and another Baltimore 1st down.
So that's his 22nd carry for 160 yards. And Scott, you talked about what kind of drive are you looking for, and this is kind of what it is. This is what you're running a lot of clock, a lot of chunk yards, both in the ground game, but you got to finish it. You have to finish it. Even if it's a field goal, 17 points versus 14 is a 3-score game versus a 2-score game.
1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Henry, and they converge on him as he gets to the line of scrimmage. Got about a yard. Loudermilk hit him first, but 3 of his teammates came in to do the rest after a 1-yard pickup for Derrick Henry.
It's always amazing to me how Baltimore yardage adds up. You don't think about it. They're number 1 in the league in total yards, but right now they're already over 420 yards.
That is amazing.
You know, they average 424 yards in offense a game.
Alley is the back now. And he will take the pitch, try the left side, not find much room there. Corey Trice hit him down around the 13-yard line. Might have gotten half a yard, and it brings up 3rd down.
Ali's a fifth-round rookie out of Marshall, and you mentioned earlier Keaton Mitchell, who a year ago was a rookie out of East Carolina, and Baltimore absolutely loved as their change of pace guy. He's been hurt on and off since then. And Ali, because of the injury to Justice Hill earlier today, all of a sudden getting in a key carry inside the 20-yard line.
10th play of the drive, and now we've got movement, and I believe the Steelers may have jumped.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 56. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Alex Highsmith trying to get a quick start. Just turned to 3rd and 7. Into a 3rd and 2.
And they're doing to Pittsburgh what Pittsburgh usually does to them. It's 3rd and 2. The clock is now at 3:17. They're not using timeouts.
This also changes what the play selection is going to be here for Baltimore. They could probably go twice here to see if they could get their 2 yards.
I think no matter what, they got to get 3 points.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Jackson takes the snap, hands it back. It's Henry carrying right side. He is down near the 5-yard line. He is close, but I don't think they gave him the line to gain.
Good eye there. I think the side judge jogging in looked to me like about 6 inches to a foot short.
We'll see now where they spot this ball and whether they might measure. They stop the clock at the 3:09 mark. Pittsburgh takes the timeout because it's either a first down or it is 4th and almost nothing. Either way, it doesn't look good for the Steelers now with 3:09 left. Looking at the replay, it looks like Henry was probably a few inches shy of the 15-yard line.
Yeah, he bounced forward after he was down for another foot or so. He was just shy of that yard marker. So if they're short, if it's a few inches, Scott, you think you go for it, right?
I do. Don't you?
I guess I'm more conservative because I look at it and you end the game if you do that, I'm sure, right?
I mean, we're talking about literally inches at this point.
The only way you can lose this game is if they score twice quickly.
Steelers have not shown a big play ability, save a couple in this game. 3:14's not a lot of time for a team that plays the way the Steelers do to score twice. But it is indeed 4th down.
And look who's coming out there, Scott. The old special teams coach, John Harbaugh, set the boys out and said, I want a 3-score game, not a 2-score game, because they can't score 3 in 3 minutes and 14 seconds.
So Justin Tucker is on to attempt a short field goal. This will be a 23-yarder. Right in the middle of the field. Shorter than an extra point. Tucker has been perfect tonight. There's the snap. Spot is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. He looks like Justin Tucker again. With that field goal, Barbasol will make another donation to Kurt and Brenda Warner's Treasure House, a living community for adults with disabilities. Barbasol Shaving Cream, delivering a quality shave at an honest value for over 100 years. Our score, Baltimore 34, Pittsburgh 17. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
I love spreading joy with gifts this time of year, but I try not to spread my budget too thin. Luckily, Kohl's has come through for me once again. I just went and used a 25% off coupon to score so many great gifts under $20, like cozy pajamas and fleece, amazing gift sets, and beauty must-haves. So if you're looking to give more for less this season, get to Kohl's. Select styles, offers end December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Copyright of today's broadcast on Westwood One is owned by the NFL on behalf of its member clubs. All rights to this broadcast are reserved, and any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or any other use of the broadcast without the express written permission of the National Football League is strictly prohibited. An 11-play drive, the Ravens use 6:09 off the clock, and they now have a 3-score lead with 3:10 to go. They have run for 223 yards in this game, 421 overall yards. Justin Tucker going to kick it off. Cordero Patterson, obviously dangerous back there. And Jalen Warren. Tucker's going to try not to let them do anything with it. And again, he boots it right out of the back of the end zone. I mean, in all honesty, even though it's been a while, Cordero Patterson's got 9 kick return touchdowns in his career. That's the all-time record. You don't mess with that.
No, and he's 225 pounds, and he ran 4.4 coming out, and you don't want any parts of that returning the kick.
So now the task is colossal for the Steelers with 3:10 left to go.
44.
Down by 17. They take over at their own 30-yard line. Jalen Warren in the backfield with Russell Wilson. He takes a handoff, running straight through the middle for a pickup of about 5 yards before Matabike takes him down.
Baltimore be happy to give them that 5 yards and let the clock run. Pittsburgh only has 2 timeouts.
Each of these teams will be right back at it on Christmas Day. And a handoff, and I don't think Pittsburgh's going to try to do much. Or at least it doesn't appear that way. Another run through the middle, and that's going to be close to first down yardage. I believe that Jalen Warren got it before Roquan Smith brought him down. And it is indeed a first down. Steelers right to the line of scrimmage with 2:32 left to go. Now a shotgun snap. Russell Wilson trying to throw and nowhere to go with it. He throws it away. Ajabo was on him once again, providing pressure. And that incomplete pass stops the clock with 2:25 left to play.
I think this Baltimore defense has done a nice job top down. They've kept the big play mostly at bay. The one really good catch by Calvin Austin, that big 40-plus yard gain. But outside of that, they haven't done much on the chunk play side.
Warren's in the backfield once again, and again he'll take a handoff, and this time stopped at the line of scrimmage, spins off a couple of tackles before he is finally taken down by Matabike, who was the third man in. Time winding down, and the Steelers are not even putting up the pretense at this point of trying to move quickly. They're going to let the 2-minute warning hit, and then they are going to bleed off the remaining time of this game, knowing that this is now a 2-game race.
Yep,
for the division title.
And Pittsburgh has to go to KC on Christmas, and Baltimore, they host KC on Christmas. Baltimore's got to go to Houston.
We've reached the 2-minute warning with our score, Baltimore 34, Pittsburgh 17. You're listening to the NFL on Westwood One.
Make your holidays bigger and brighter with Prize Picks, the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. The app is so simple to use. Just pick 2 or more players across any sport and then pick more or pick less with their projection. You can win up to 1,000 times your money. Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app, is available to play in more than 40 plus states, including California and Texas. You want to join right now because this holiday season, Prize Picks is giving away 2 free picks in December, and they're giving away $30+ million in rewards during Pixmas. Download the Prize Picks app right now. Use the code PRIMETIME. Get $50 credit instantly when you play $5. That's code PRIMETIME on Prize Picks to get that $50 credit instantly when you play $5. You know by now, you don't need to win. You just get the $50. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. You do have to be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Here's another great reason to use the United States Postal Service this season. When sending a package, why venture outside? Ship with USPS for a true holiday ride. Want to stay cozy and warm? There's no need to roam. With free package pickup and labels printed from home. We have over 600,000 employees always in motion. And before you know it, your gift has delivered in motion. Spread the holiday joy this season with USPS's enhanced network. Learn more at USPS.com/holidayride.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Every Westwood One football broadcast this season is once again available on all Alexa-enabled devices. Just say Open Westwood One Sports and you'll be taken straight to the action. That's Open Westwood One Sports to listen on Alexa. We've got 2 minutes to go here in Baltimore. The Ravens about to punch their playoff ticket and put the pressure on the Steelers for the remaining 2 games for both teams to try to win the division title and get that home game in the playoffs. 34-17. Steelers with the ball, 3rd and 13 at their own 37-yard line. Working out of the shotgun is Russell Wilson. An efficient night tonight, but he has not had a lot of open receivers to throw to. Back to throw, here comes the rush. Trying to get away, they can't get him, and he throws the ball away to try to avoid the sack. They were coming. Travis Jones got in there.
It's just a 4-man rush, and again, they went with a little twist stunt. Ajabo, your guy from Michigan, came up the middle untouched off the twist and forced it outside. Jones was there on the outside. Really good pressure.
So a punt now for the Steelers. And the Ravens will then run out the remaining clock to put this one away. Corliss Waitman's punt is a twisting kick. And it's fumbled. It's fumbled. It's muffed down inside the 15-yard line by Desmond King. We get a scramble for the football at the 14.
Ravens got it.
And the Ravens got back on top of it.
Desmond King, I mean, one of the reasons they activated him from practice squad last week and this week was ball security on punt returns. And he fumbled the first one of the night. And this one, he dropped and muffed it on the punt. I mean, that's scary to me.
Christian Welch is the one who got on top of it to save the possession. The Ravens living right. 3 times they laid the ball on the ground tonight. 3 times they got it back.
Yeah, they got to clean that up. I mean, one thing they did do well today is protect Lamar. His numbers weren't huge, but in their previous 5 meetings against him, where Lamar's 1-4, the Steelers sacked him 22 times, which is an average of about 4.5 a game. Tonight, 1 sack, and that happened on the first series of the game.
Victory formation for the Ravens now as they take the first snap, and they are going to let the clock wind down with 1:30 left to go. 2 more snaps, and that will take care of business for the night. Lamar Jackson's got to feel, I'm not going to say vindication, but he's got to feel a sense of relief knowing that against this team that he's struggled against, he got an opportunity here and played well and led his team to a win, because you never know. It's possible these teams could see each other again.
Look, I think the entire Baltimore Raven building exhales tonight. It's been a heavy burden. I could tell they were highly agitated and frustrated with the 1-8 record that everybody's been harping on. They get that off their shoulders. More importantly, they're tied for the lead in the division.
28 games decided by 1 score between these 2 teams since 2008. Tonight is not going to be a 1-score final.
Yep. And I think the last thing I'd like to say just about this offense, O-line, what a great job. Run game and pass game. We talked about the sacks. Run game, they were dominant today.
There's your final snap, and as the final seconds tick down, John Harbaugh runs across the field to shake hands with Mike Tomlin. The Baltimore Ravens have punched their ticket to the playoffs for the 6th time in 7 years since they drafted Lamar Jackson. Baltimore is going to the postseason with a win over the Pittsburgh Steelers in convincing fashion at home here tonight, 34-17. Now it's a 2-game race to see who walks off with the AFC North crown. You look at the schedules, like you said. Steelers home for Kansas City. Baltimore on the road at Houston. Texans are not easy to beat at home. And then the Steelers are home for Cincinnati for the final game. Baltimore is home for Cleveland for the final game. I look at that, and I honestly think the Ravens have a slightly easier schedule.
I do, too. I think the hardest thing, Scott, is with the turnaround to Christmas. In other words, consecutive short week games. How beat up are you going into that final week?
Lamar Jackson against Pittsburgh in his 5 career starts had 5 total touchdowns. Tonight, 3 passing touchdowns. He did get picked off once, but he is now 13-0 in his career as a starter from week 15 on in the regular season.
Another statement for the most valuable player. I think you're looking at him. I think you're looking at Josh Allen in Buffalo. And I think you're looking at Saquon Barkley in Philadelphia.
We'll find out once this one finally winds its way down. But this one is in the books. Baltimore wins it tonight by a score of 34-17. This is Westwood One's coverage of the National Football League.
Don't miss a feast of festive football on Sirius XM FC. Ho, ho, ho. From the drama of the Premier League.
Merseyside magic from Mo Salah.
To the excitement of Serie A.
What a start for Inter.
Enjoy your holiday season with the gift of live soccer.
Stupendously magnificent.
Courtesy of Sirius XM FC, channel 157 in the car, and the Sirius XM app. Head to SiriusXM.com/soccer schedule for all the match listings.
Every NFL game is on Sirius XM. Tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, the Detroit Lions take on the Chicago Bears. Listen to the Lions on Sirius 160 XM 383 or the Bears on Sirius 83 XM 228. Also at 1 p.m. Eastern, the Browns battle the Bengals. Hear the Browns on Sirius 132 XM 387 or the Bengals on Sirius 158 XM 232 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
Hear that? Holiday spirit is soaring on the SiriusXM app. With exclusive seasonal specials from Jimmy Fallon.
Thank you so much for listening. I love this time of year.
Christmas Queen, Mariah Carey. Every Monday, deck the halls with a little bit of me. Pentatonics and more.
That's Christmas.
Plus over 20 pop-up holiday channels full of endless cheer. Just search Holiday to feel the joy on the SiriusXM app.
From Brat Summer
Yeah, 360. When you're in the mirror, do you like what you see?
to high-level hip-hop beef.
They not like us. They not like us.
Your fans are rejoicing, thinking this is my expiration.
Relive the songs and stories that define 2024 on the SiriusXM app with exclusive countdowns of the year's best tracks from your favorite channels. Plus the biggest moments in sports, comedy, and beyond.
Touchdown, Detroit Lions!
Just search 2024 on the app to start the look back.
Welcome back to the NFL on Westwood One from the Progressive Insurance Studios. I'm John Stashower. Get renter's insurance to protect the things that make your place a home, including coverage for theft or damage. Visit Progressive.com. We're recapping Steelers-Ravens. Pittsburgh looking to clinch the AFC North. Baltimore looking to clinch at least a wild card on the Ravens' second possession. They had a short field after a short Pittsburgh punt. Only had to go 41 yards, and they did it in 6 plays. The first 5 were Derrick Henry's runs. This was the 6th.
It's been all Henry so far. This time they fake it his way and throw to the near side. Likely's got it. Touchdown, Baltimore. Isaiah Likely popped wide open on the right side, and Jackson to Likely for the first score of the ball game with 5:52 left to go here in the first quarter.
7-0 at the end of the first, but first play of the second quarter, Pittsburgh capping a 73-yard drive in 10 plays with a Russell Wilson touchdown pass. Game was tied at 7. Baltimore had a 14-yard punt. It looked like the Steelers were going to be running in for the lead. That's not what happened.
Harris stays in the game in the backfield. Second down and 6. Wilson back to throw. Rolling out right side. Trying to find an open man. Now he'll tuck and run inside the 20, the 15, the 10. And he is turned over at the 5-yard line. And out comes the football. He fumbled the football. And Baltimore is recovered. Russell Wilson running with abandon gets pinwheeled at the 5-yard line. Out comes the ball. The Ravens say they've got it, and now they're trying to decide if the ground calls the fumble.
Darius Washington the hit, Kyle Van Noy the recovery. So Baltimore took over at their own 4-yard line, proceeded to go 96 yards. Took them 8 plays on a 3rd and 8 from the 14. Lamar Jackson threw a TD pass to Rashad Bateman. The Ravens were back on top midway through the second quarter. Pittsburgh had a 3-and-out. And Justin Tucker converted a 51-yard field goal. You know about his problems this year, although a minute 43 later on the last play of the half, Chris Boswell's had a great year, 51-yard field goal of his own. 17-10 at the half. Third quarter, Steelers go 88 yards in 8 plays and get into the end zone.
Second down, they'll call it 11 from the 12-yard line. Wilson gets the snap, floats one toward the end zone, and is caught for a touchdown. Cordero Patterson caught it, lost it while he was on his back, and hauled it back in again. And the Pittsburgh Steelers march down and put one in. They're an extra point away from tying this up with 5:14 left to go here in the third.
But the Steelers would not score again. Their kickoff went out of bounds, so the Ravens only had to go 60 yards, and they did that in 6 plays and went back on top.
17-17, but Baltimore trying to go in on second down and goal. From the 6, shotgun snap. Lamar Jackson throws, end zone, touchdown! A juggling catch by Mark Andrews in the back of the end zone. The third touchdown pass for Lamar Jackson in the ballgame. And that quickly the Ravens jump back on top. It's 23-17 with 1:50 left to go here in the third.
So we went to the fourth quarter, and the quarter began with a flurry of crazy plays. Steelers went for it on a 4th and 5 at the Baltimore 45, and they threw all the way to the goal line. It was an incomplete pass. Ravens took over. The first play was a Derrick Henry 44-yard run to the Pittsburgh 11, but the next play after that, a Lamar Jackson interception, his 4th of the year and his 426th pass. And Minkah Fitzpatrick had a long run back, and then after a run play, we had another turn of events.
On second down and 7. Wilson works under center. Play action, rolls out right, looking to throw, and does it. It's picked off, and it's going back the other way for a score. Marlon Humphrey, an interception for a touchdown. 35 yards on the pick 6. And this one turns on its ear again. The Ravens now lead it 30-17 as Marlon Humphrey gets his 6th interception of the year.
And the Ravens forced a Pittsburgh punt, and Lamar Jackson hooked up with Zay Flowers on a 49-yard pass play, led to a Justin Tucker field goal. That capped the scoring. The Ravens end up winning going away, although it was a much closer game for most of the day. 34-17, so both teams are 10-5. They split the regular season. It could come down to conference record, which is right now Pittsburgh has the advantage. But remember, Wednesday, Steelers have to play the Chiefs. They've won 20 of 21. The Ravens play Houston. Let's get you back to Baltimore and the guys who called the game. Scott Graham and Mike Mayotte.
All right, thanks, Stash. This was an interesting twist and turn type of game, but coming in, you assume that with a couple of the losses that the Steelers had in terms of their offense, and then when we found out they were missing 2 big parts of their defensive backfield, it was probably advantage Baltimore. That said, we had a 17-17 game.
I thought it was a fun football game, and, people were talking about Week 11. It was 18-16. We're not going to see much offense. All these wideouts are injured. But at the end of the day, we saw a tailback from Baltimore who's special and has been all year, and the same with their quarterback.
Let's check the final stats, sponsored by the United States Postal Service. Share all the holiday joy this season with the convenient shipping and enhanced network of the United States Postal Service. For more information, visit USPS.com/holidayride. Well, Derrick Henry had his 4th 150-plus yard game of the year, the most in Ravens history. 24 carries for 162 yards, 6.8, although it's been 4 games since he last scored a touchdown. That was taken care of by Lamar Jackson, who was 15 for 23 for just 207 yards, but 3 touchdowns. He was picked off once in the game. Zay Flowers, a 100-yard game, 5 catches for 100 and a 1,000-yard season for the Ravens wide receiver. On the other side, Jaylen Warren did the most running for the Steelers, 12 carries on 48 yards for the day. Russell Wilson was 22 for 33 for 217 yards, 2 scores, but an interception that went back for a score and a fumble deep in Ravens territory. 2 very costly turnovers on the game for Russell Wilson.
You know what I thought was interesting of all the numbers? If you look at Baltimore, Week 11, 3 turnovers, 12 penalties. Tonight, 1 turnover, 2 penalties. For the most part, and albeit they did put the ball on the ground 3 times and kept it all 3 times.